below us, drifting far.
Hola, mis amigos. Este es episode 26. No. Hello, everybody. This is episode 26
Oh, wow.
of the Sky King's Tomb Adventure Path. This is Beneath the Five Kings. This is our playthrough of the Sky King's Tomb Adventure Path by Paizo. We are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. We've been playing for about half a year now, if you can believe it. 26 weeks, something like that. You shake your head. And it's been a little bit more, but...
No, it's
really
just
cool.
wild. It's just, that's what's shaking my head at time.
I got half a year of this game, so 26 weeks in, and we are still in the town you guys started in. I don't know. You guys are just haven't got it figured out yet. So
Just keep
hopefully, eventually you'll quest around the world, but for now, yeah, I think it's
Today
more of
we'll
the same.
stick beneath the Five Kings.
Yeah, we'll stay beneath the Five Kings for the most part, and I think probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm here with Dylan, Sarah, Justin, Austin, Lorna, and Josh. My name's Brendan. We're playing some tabletop RPGs today, Pathfinder 2nd Edition. The D&D of the modern world, if you will.
Sure. Saw a bunch of stuff about the new D&D. Like, I don't know if there's another edition coming out or some sort of update. I saw it on Twitter today. I was like, here's the classes, or here's the new character sheets for 2024 or something. I don't know what it was, but something clearly is happening that things are...
I think they're talking about like D&D 1 at some point, like trying to merge a bunch of stuff together, but I don't know.
They're Xboxing it.
That's a good way to put it, actually.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Next year will be D&D 1X.
Yeah, D&D 1,
1SX.
360 no scope. Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't look too much into it, but I did definitely see it on the old X, as the kids are calling it now.
X don't give it to you.
Don't give it to you.
Thanks,
I just hear the, won't give it to you.
All right. Well, did we want to start off with a quick banter and then get to the action?
Yeah.
Somebody have a
How fast
Somebody have
do
a-
you speed when you're driving?
how fast do you speed?
Oh.
God. You're gonna out everybody here?
Just
That's
quick.
gonna break the laws?
You don't have to say you're breaking law.
Answer
Maybe you
is-
say, I don't speed.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody speed round.
10%. Minimum 5, round up.
I usually stay under 8.
Okay. That's also, that follows mine. I'll only go 8 if the speed limit's 75.
Oh no, I meant within
Oh.
8. I will go like 7 miles over at most.
Yeah. I'll only go 8 miles per hour over if the speed limit is 75.
Yeah.
This isn't the most interesting topic. It's just a random thing that came to mind.
It was a random thing that came to your mind, but
Yeah.
you're sticking with it.
This is not the best banter top. There's not a lot of banter with this, I feel.
There
Yeah.
could be.
Well, I will say
people
my
could-
answer.
Yeah.
My answer is it depends on the environment.
I agree with Brendan.
I agree
I-
with Brendan. Like,
As if, yeah.
there's
I usually only speed when I'm in my car.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Need for speed.
Mine depends
I
on the
would say-
environment, but the environment is the speed limit. Because I feel like in,
I would say
rural
generally-
areas, it's slower. Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of the cities that I've been in, it's not a big deal. You don't speed that much, and people aren't like on your ass. But here in Kansas City, people go 10 over or 15 over
It's
and expect you to do
wild.
the same.
Yeah.
They're just laying on the horn if you're not going fast, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die. Everyone here is gonna die
It's nuts.
someday, but
Yeah.
sooner rather than later.
The speed limit's like 65 everywhere, and I usually am going 72, 73, and just getting flown by. Like, people are,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, ah! I already feel like I'm pushing it, but
I go with the flow of traffic, generally speaking. I like to ensure that I'm not the fastest vehicle that I've seen. But I also will never be the slowest vehicle that I've seen either. But
that's
yeah,
fair.
there's definitely some areas in KC where the speed limit's 55 and people are going like 80.
As if it's
I'm not-
70, yeah,
Yeah.
wild.
So
You know,
what's the
eventually the
actual
highway
banter?
gets fast again.
So what's the actual banter topic?
I just said, how fast do you speed? That's all I.
Oh, I thought that was a joke one.
No, I don't think we had one.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
let's
had
keep this
a
one
good
rolling.
idea.
Oh, I like this one. Anyone else have their worst banter topic? Brendan, do you have one in mind?
Yes, yes.
Alright.
What was the age at which you lost your virginity?
Jesus
I will,
fuck.
I will do popcorn Josh. No, we're not going to answer that. Okay. So,
I'm
at least
just
we all
here.
had fun.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you ever speed? Or do you only always go 4 under?
Brendan mocks me for going the same speed always. So I'm usually going like 15 over in city limits and 15 under on the highway.
Yeah, she can't get it figured out.
No, that's her figured it out.
She's
Sarah's like, it's a school zone. I'm going 50. Fuck them kids.
My foot just finds a natural equilibrium on the gas pedal, and then that's really where it's at. So.
she's driving based on how it feels, you know.
That's
She
another big
likes-
thing. Is I don't.
Likes to go a certain speed.
I'm hardly ever pressing the gas pedal. Like I set cruise everywhere. Like as often as I can to go an exact number. That way I never am speeding up or slowing down.
Are you somebody that the volume has to be set on a certain number?
No, I used to be, but I'm not so much anymore. So yeah, I think that's.
He grew out of it.
Yeah, I did. At this point, I mean, I turn it down to 5 when I'm like in the living room reading, but I still want something like playing in the background. But that's about the only time I'm like at a specific number.
I think some people like do whole numbers because their brain can only.
Yeah, or
that
like
way.
evens. Yeah. No, that's fair. No, just the number thing is like I set my cruise to be the 10% over, and then I don't touch it, and then people pass me and they get in front of me and slow down. I'm like, I haven't changed speeds. What are you? Oh, it drives me nuts.
Some people are just bad drivers.
And their names are Sarah.
I was about to say, speaking of bad drivers, I guess that's my cue to give my answer, which is I speed heavily. I enjoy it greatly. There is a road, like a highway near where I work that I'm on every day, and the speed limit's 70, but nobody goes 70 on that road, so I usually set my cruise control to like 82, because if I don't set it, I just start like, I'll just fly down the road, and I'm like not going that much faster than a lot of other drivers.
Yeah.
The one place that I try very hard not to speed is on I-70 going through Topeka, because I've gotten multiple speeding tickets there.
Yep.
Not even for going that fast. They see my like out of town license plates and they just are like,
Gotcha.
If
get pulled over. And it's a speed trap because the speed goes from 75 to 45 and back and up, down as you're going through Topeka. That part of I-70 makes me angry. But anyways.
That's valid.
It's fair. All right,
I
good stuff.
think of when we were trying to go on the highway to Josh's birthday, and we just almost drove to Manhattan, and Josh calling and being like, "Where are you going?" That lives in my brain a lot recently.
That was good.
The answer is, I don't know. Life is a highway. I'm gonna ride it all night long. In the words of Rascal Flatts.
Iconic.
Wild.
I know what I want.
Good stuff. Well, I'm ready to get to this party. Actually, I'm
Yeah,
ready
so
to...
last time we kind of had a sort of an administrative session. Our heroes have been part of a quest. There was a sort of a disgraced dwarf named Krohan Veldalo that lost a very important dagger, the first dagger of High King Targic. And he lost it down in Crevice years ago. It fell down into the tunnels and presumably made its way deep, deep underground. So you've been on this quest to retrieve it, and you found it in 2 pieces. And you've managed to now climb your way back up to the city with enough time to spare. You got a few days before this festival, this family festival starts that everyone's been excited about all this time. So Krohan left the gemstone with you guys, I believe. Or was it vice versa? I don't remember. He
don't
leaves the
recall
gemstone
either.
with you guys, and he took the dagger with him, and he said he doesn't want to like reveal that he's found it yet, but he's working on getting that figured out, hopefully in time for the festival. So last time you guys kind of leveled up. We made it back to town. We leveled up. You had an opportunity to kind of shop a little bit. So we'll probably talk a little bit about some of the cool stuff that you guys got, if you got some cool stuff. But yeah. Exciting stuff.
I can talk about my level up first.
Wow.
So, I leveled up. Now my max health is 46. So, I'm
Hell yeah.
slightly tankier than the rogue. And I took the feat Divine Infusion, which is essentially when I heal someone, I can use an action in order to empower their attacks on their next turn to do 1d6 extra damage.
Hey, nice.
It was a
Cool.
melee attack. So I think that pairs well with one of our melee fighters having the ability to extend the range of my spell casting. So thought about that synergy. And then I also took Godless Healing, which is, more godly than you would think. And it's just that the treat wounds option.
Is that a
little
character
bit more
choice?
effective.
You
What?
transitioning a little bit? Is that a character choice?
No,
Or maybe
no.
be
Just sounds cool.
shifting beliefs? Okay.
Yeah, I think that they just chose that name because it sounds edgy and cool. It's really just about being able to heal yourself better with treat wounds. So, yeah, if I run out of divine power, I can heal myself better.
Nice.
And then I bought a couple of gifts for my most beloved Shalhaldry, but
Ah.
nothing for myself.
Nothing for yourself. Okay.
That's amazing.
What'd you get for Audrey?
Oh, that'll be revealed in due time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've only
I'm
got two
excited.
two things that I can share real quick. Level 4 wasn't a huge level for me. I did Paired Link, which is that thing that we were talking about with Josh. I think that's what you're talking about. An ally can cast spells that have a range of touch on me from a range of 30 feet, is what that is. And then I can cast spells or use thaumaturge abilities that have a range of touch at 30 feet on them as well. So that doesn't impact any of the abilities that I have right now because I don't have anything with a range of touch. Like technically, the chalice drinking doesn't have a range on it, so it doesn't work. But if we go through the process of doing this paired link thing with Josh or Justin, maybe, then they can use their healing spells on me from a little bit farther away, which is cool. And then I also took That's Not Natural, which just gives me a circumstance bonus to initiative checks if there is a aberration, fey, mutant, or undead, or an enemy from another plane other than the material plane in the fight that we're having. So it's just like I know a little bit more about them, so I can react a little bit faster. And then I upgraded from hide armor to breastplate armor, which was a slight upgrade for me. But that was pretty much the only thing that I bought as well. So that's where I'm at.
And since level ups are technically gradual, I'm going to say that you guys throughout the last level have noticed Karu kind of just staring a bit more. His eyes have just been a bit more locked on maybe each individual at a time, say maybe for a minute at a time. But now he's able to read individual creatures' auras. And so,
Interesting.
because he's been practicing, he has now developed the ability to, let's see if I can find exactly what it's called. Yeah, aura sight. is the feat I took. And yeah, that'll come up later, I suppose. As well as another one that'll be useful for combat, but like I said, that'll come up later.
Nice.
Yeah, 2 fun new things.
Very nice.
And I didn't buy anything. I'm still waiting. Everything that
Yeah,
I want is expensive as hell.
I didn't really have anything I wanted to buy. The only thing that I would probably buy would be like an upgrade for my weapon, like making it a +1, but I need a little bit more on that, so I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, we still honestly don't have that much money. The DM has been very
I think we're supposed to be for what level we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still just like a. We just
Yeah,
the more
it's an
expensive
interesting-
stuff. Because like some of the stuff that we got, like as items, is worth a lot.
Mhm.
So
That's true.
that kind of like adds into it. You know, we didn't get everything for straight gold, so.
There's a few things that are worth like 100 gold or more. Like you could probably pawn off if you're not going to use them. But
I know we got some potions. Got a potion of leaping and potion of quickness here. Although the quickness one gives us haste, so we might actually want to use that.
pretty
I
nice.
always feel like I don't know if it's the way it is, but I treat everything like a video game. Like if I just got like a potion of water breathing, well then maybe the next part you're gonna need some water breathing, you know, like that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So I'm always afraid to sell anything. It's just like, well, like I got one of the things that I took when I got that special outfit was like a dragon turtle scale, which is like a consumable. It's a one-time consumable, but it's worth 13 gold. But when I activate it, for a whole minute, I gain a swim speed equal to half my land speeds. It's just like, I don't know,
Okay.
maybe there's some water stuff coming up. It's like, or I could sell it for 7 gold, which is, or six gold, which is like a decent amount for like, you know, what we have right now. But I don't know. It's just tough. I don't feel like there's anything that I'm like, God, I really want this right now. Like, I kind of need to get heavy armor proficiency, I feel like, is what like my next goal is, and then start wearing like heavy armor. So, but sorry, I'm talking when people still want to talk about level up stuff. So
It's okay. We can spend all of our time discussing your level up, Austin.
I'm done with my level up.
You saved a lot of time in the banter discussion.
10%, baby.
Okay, I did. For my whoa, that's not what I want. What did that switch? Well, maybe come back to me because I just hit a button and it like switched my. There it is. Scout's
Deleted the app.
Warning, which is when you're about to roll a perception or survival check for initiative, you visibly or audibly warn your allies of danger, granting them each a +1 circumstance bonus to their initiative rolls.
Oh yeah. So you just like boost everyone's initiative?
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I thought
Cool.
that was helpful. And then the other thing I got was quiet allies, which you're skilled at moving in a group, avoid notice. Basically. So it just increases my stealth check. And then I bought a composite longbow, which I'm very excited
Hey,
about.
there you go.
Cool.
Sick.
I did have enough money for that. And that's all. Nothing super too exciting.
That's all pretty.
And you got your rapier fixed, right?
Yeah, I've
We
had
got
that fixed. It keeps
Cool.
getting fixed.
I fixed
'cause
it.
I have good people in my group that keep fixing it for me.
Who knew that it would be so handy to have someone who can smith your tools to working order?
It's not bad.
A healer of items, if you will.
There you go.
A healer of items.
Brendan, what did you get for your level up?
Well, you don't want to know, honestly. I mean, I could go. Let's see. I've done this before. Let's see. Level 4 monsters.
I guess we still have Sarah and Justin too, right?
Oh, so I gained a feat called Crafter's Appraisal.
Cool.
So my knowledge of items construction allows me to discern their magical effects as well. I can use crafting instead of a skill associated with magic to identify magic on items, though
That's
not
cool.
any other sorts of magic.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. That's dope.
And I also did not buy anything because, as I said, I want to upgrade my axe, but I need a little bit more gold on that. I was gonna change out my armor because it has a speed penalty to it, but whenever I changed out my armor, it stayed the same. So I'm like, okay, I guess I don't have that penalty. So went ahead and just kept my armor for the extra AC point. And really, the only thing you notice different about Elnat is he's got this big ass red ring now that he did not have before. So,
What did you take as your ancestry feat, Justin? If you don't mind my asking.
ancestry. Which level
It's
was
level
that?
1.
Is it level 1? Dwarven weapon familiarity.
Okay, cool. Because I took, you said the armor thing. I took unburdened iron, which basically negates the speed loss from wearing any type of armor. So I didn't know if maybe you just had that too. But okay, cool. The weapons thing makes sense for your character. So
Yeah. No, that doesn't say anything about speed for me. I'll send it to you just
yeah,
in case you're curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the ancestry feats are kind of cool.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So you're asking what I unlocked. Just for some examples, creatures that are a level 4 include a bison.
Bison.
A bison. Fans of Skyrim will remember frost trolls. Frost trolls are apparently challenge rating 4.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Fans of another show might be interested to know that Kanipo the Slim is a level 4 enemy.
That's terrifying.
Why
is that just like casually on your list?
It's on. I'm just scrolling down. Everything in the owl bears are challenge rating 4. A fully grown owl bear.
Wow.
So there's lots of good stuff.
It's great. I forgot I had this great thing.
Man, it is the middle of June. Do you guys have your AC cranked? That's impressive.
This Snuggie keeps me warm with Josh's love because it was gift, and it's comfy.
Oh, I hear you. I have one too. That is the best thing ever. Just not this time of year. But power to you.
Sarah, did you get anything cool on your level up? Are you still here? Did you get anything cool on your level up?
I didn't buy anything because Fong just didn't come from a place of money, and so has a hard time wanting to spend it.
Sure.
So
That's fair.
I didn't buy anything. But with my level up, I did get my class feat is Mature Animal Companion.
Okay.
So Bao gets some additional capabilities, like he gets to be an adult.
He gets to move on his own now, right? Like he could take like one action without you having to command him.
Yeah, I picture him being like teenage Groot, where he's got like a whole lot of attitude now. Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
It says
So
better
mouth
trained
on
than
you.
most. We'll see what that means. But yeah, during an encounter, even if you don't use the command animal, he can have one action. So,
That's sick.
Bao is his own being, and then for my skill set, I got Forager. So while using survival, if I roll any result worse than success, I get a success. If I get a success, I can provide subsistence for myself and 4 additional creatures. And on critical success, I can take care of twice as many.
Nice.
So 8 creatures. And it starts talking about like if my proficiency rank in survival increases, that can like double and triple. Basically, it's like if I'm a master, I can take up 32 creatures, which I'm just like, when's the situation I'll need it to like care for 32 creatures? But I'm excited for the opportunity.
Brendan needs to write down
Are-
notes. Heard of
Your own
Algenar.
school.
You should listen to Blood of the Wild. Glass Cannon's show. They're like in the wilderness, like they're trying to subsist off of the train and stuff. It's really fun. But,
Foraging.
There's
That's
a lot
one
of that.
you have to pay to listen to that one, though, right? That's one of their
Yeah,
subscription
it is.
shows. Okay.
It is paid content.
Multiple smaller creatures have smaller appetites, and then in turn they take more care of more small creatures. So I am really excited to abuse that rule. We'll see.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
I'm taking care of 16 ducklings.
Yeah.
But okay. Did everybody get a chance to talk about their level up?
You so wet.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm really
Yes.
jamming with this.
I know. We're getting ready for the festival. So
Quality
basically,
content.
I think we talked about it a little bit last time, but you kind of came back with a few days in advance of this festival. I think the festival's in 4 days, so you kind of got 3 days to spend on whatever you want to do. In the meantime, I know that Angoric wanted to try and get back together with Shalhaldri. So how are you gonna make that connection?
And Goric is going to attempt to find Shalhaldri by sending a letter one day and asking her to meet him at Helgen's Inn the following morning. Because he said we have multiple days between now and the festival, right? So like 2-3
true.
days.
You
So-
should find a street child and have him send the message along to her. Rich people love that kind of shit.
I think that I'll just take it to the mailing station, the postal office here in town, and I'm sure that they have her address.
In the yellow book.
It's a bit pedestrian, but she'll get the point.
Mm-hmm.
Could be cooler.
You get there and then
like a street rat for her.
That's
no
romantic.
books
dude.
on Sundays.
Shit. Is it Sunday?
Nope. Just telling you.
Okay.
Well, will you send this to Shalhaldri for me?
Sure.
Do you know whom I speak?
Of course we do. Where the post?
You're not instilling a lot of confidence, man.
I'm a woman.
Oh, my apologies.
Can't you tell? I have no beard.
I do not really see you. I have no image in which to reference.
That's what my husband says. All right. Yeah. So you can make an attempt to connect with Shalhaldri in that manner. Is anybody else gonna have big plans for these next 3 days, or is everybody else kind of just chilling?
I'm following up on my lead. I'll be writing back on that parchment, asking where and when, trying to get some information that way. But yeah,
I think unless someone needs help doing something else, Wakroon is going to go back to his actual apartment or where he lives, not at Helgen's, and relax for a day or two.
Boom.
Just chill. Again, unless someone if some other character goes off on some sort of adventure or something, happy to participate.
Right.
But otherwise, go back to his own place and chill a little bit before this big rager that's about to be thrown. So.
Okay.
And Goric is going to approach Wokrun
Ooh.
and ask for his assistance in his day with Shalhaldri.
I'd be happy to. Speaking
Well,
of
Crud.
which,
I haven't even said anything to you yet.
oh,
so rude. God.
I wasn't sure if we were role playing at the beginning of the conversation or not. I
I
understand now,
figured
though.
you would see this through from the beginning, yes.
I suppose that makes sense. Hey, Ngorek, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. I have just come from the post office where this woman sounded and looked like a man and left me very confused.
Ah, yeah, that's Georgia. She's wonderful.
Georgia. Yes, that sounds wonderful.
Said no one ever.
No one ever.
No.
It's not even. Go on.
Well, I was at the post office because I'm attempting to reconnect with Shao Haldry. And I need your help, Wilgrun.
Hi, I'd be happy to. Shahadri, that's the one that you went on the date with by the waterfall, yeah?
Yes, where you almost died.
I wouldn't forget it. Are you going back to the waterfall again? I've been meaning to get another climb in, or a climb down, a fall.
Well,
I'm not really sure.
Well, similarly, the moment that really caused us to connect was your near-death experience. And I was wondering, would you be willing to replicate that? Not falling off a waterfall again, but almost killing yourself. in some
Nearly
other-
killing myself. I think I could probably make that work. Although
Okay.
I do, if you just take here a minute with me, and he kind of like goes off to the side where they're at, kind of like sits down on both knees, like almost like Geralt doing his resting. He's like, if you wouldn't mind sitting here with me just for a quick ceremony I need to do. He sits down. If you sit with him, he sits down and he digs through his esoteric bag and he pulls out like this like golden amulet, and he's like, hey, I think this is how it's done. And he like pulls out a book. It's like, what are you doing? Right, yeah, this looks right. And he snaps it in half, and he hands you one half. He goes, there's some funky magic going on here, but I believe as long as you hold on to this and I hold on to this, then you should be able to use some of your fancy magic a little bit farther away on me. And if I'm going to nearly kill myself, it might be impressive if you can do some fancy stuff farther away. The woman might like that.
Yeah, that would be impressive. She gave me these gloves.
Oh,
which
no
was
shit.
to heal.
All right, well, give it a go. And Walker like punches himself in the shoulder and then steps back. He's like, "Hey, see if you can help me out with that." Takes like 1 point of damage.
I use heal to see if it works.
But it's just like, it doesn't actually. Yeah, this doesn't work. I know
That's
that
a good
works. So
rope.
yeah. So
Okay.
that'll work until I do it with someone else. So now, yeah, anything that you have that has touch range, you can use 30 feet away on me.
Oh, nice. And Gorik is going to say, how would you like to attempt to almost kill yourself?
Well, I wouldn't really want to fall down again, to be completely honest. That kind of sucked. I could almost
Reasonable.
drown. I do have this rifle. I don't really know how close we could get to death with the rifle, but I could be screwing around with it. Now here's the question. I gotta ask, am I actually going to get hurt here? Is that your intention, and then you'll heal me up? Which is not a great idea, or do you want me to act like I could pull the trigger on the gun and scream like I just got shot and squeeze some tomato sauce all over me or something like that if you want? Or I could... Yeah, whatever you want.
I think it is best that we make this as realistic as possible.
Sure, of course you would say that. Yeah. All right. Makes sense.
Yeah. We need to enlist one of our friends in order to make this
Aye.
through.
Yeah, we could bring one of them along. They could shoot me with the rifle. I could be testing out this new armor. But in reality, I'm not wearing the armor. I could just get shot. Like, off in the background. Maybe your guys' date is near the firing range that I'm sure this town of Durtz has. Maybe they go with the, they shoot the bows.
She does not seem like firing range sort of lady, but I was thinking of taking her to a nice cavern where we could
Sure.
go on a date.
Do you want me to use the rifle, or what were you thinking? Let's see, what else do I got? I got the Stickleberry Stickler. I don't really want to get it messed up, though. I got this chalice, but it only helps me. Couldn't really hurt myself with that. You got anything on your person that I could use
we-
like to fall on it?
Could we fake a disease?
Anything's possible. Hell, why are we faking it? Hey,
What sort of-
we know that one lady who owned the alchemist shop, right? The one that we stole, or could have stolen all the stuff from, but didn't. We could head back there, grab some herbs, throw them together. I'm sure Juan could throw something together that would make me feel real ill. And not
That's
like
nice.
ill, like sick, but like ill, like ah, you know?
I'll put you down with the
It was,
sickness.
it was ill.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Not ill sick, but ill like what?
Ah,
Ah,
pain. Ah,
I get you.
like a
Okay.
rumbling in my tumbly, you know?
I don't want you to do this too early in our date, okay?
You don't want to start it off like off the rip. You have to save someone's life.
No, not
Okay.
off the rip.
Okay. Well, let me go talk to Huang. See if we can't get something put together here.
I'll wait for
And-
you here.
Where should I meet you? Do you have a time and a place yet? Or are you still waiting to hear back from Shahaldri?
I'm waiting to hear back from Shaw Aldrich.
Okay. I'll be back in about 5 minutes of real time, but it could be longer in game. And Wakru leaves to go find Huang. What is Huang doing while we're waiting?
Long has been standing about an inch from you this entire time.
Shit. It's the Dwight and Angela thing. Except for we're both
Hiding behind the rice.
short. No, but what is Huang doing, or where would I find old Huang?
She's just in the grass foraging. I don't know.
Just in the bushes.
Yeah.
She's in the bushes.
Waiting in the bushes for us.
You said Huang's name. You see her like pop out of some tall grass and kind of.
She's like,
Oh,
Pokemon.
Huang. Just the one I was looking for. I've got a weird ask for you. Do you think you could throw something together that would make me feel bad?
Bad.
I'm looking for it myself. I'm not trying to hurt anyone else. But long story short, the tall one, the green one, Angoric, yeah, he's trying to impress his lady friend. So I'm going to get sick, and then he's going to make me feel better in their date. You know, all good relationships are set off farces and lies. So I figure this is a good way to show off for him.
Huang
Good
kind of ponders and is like, I probably do have something. How long have you had these thoughts about doing something bad to yourself?
It's been about 5 minutes now. Like I said, the taller one, he put it into my head. So yeah, just 5 or 10 minutes I've been thinking about it. I don't want anything bad. Maybe just something to give me the shits or something, maybe. Or the
Oh, I
throw-ups.
guess there's something for that then.
Yeah, just something that I wouldn't feel good. And then he'll use his god magic or ungodly magic. I'm not really sure. He seems to be talking all sorts of stuff and make me feel better.
I'm gonna hand you a little vial that's
Okay.
got like a little like. It looks kind of like tea. Smells kind of like tea. Maybe like a Christmas tea. And
Ooh,
then give
Christmas.
it to you. And then
Hi, is this Christmas tea?
this will do the trick.
Okay. I'm going
What
to
the
trust
fuck
you.
is Christmas.
Fuck, it's Christmas.
What
I
is
don't know what Christmas is,
Eve?
but Christmas time is here.
I made him a little tea out of some holly and mistletoe.
Aye, how quick will this work?
Right
Am I
away.
going to take it and immediately feel like shit, or is it like got an onset?
I would plan on maybe a few hours.
Few hours. Shit. Okay. All right. And he takes the vial of Christmas tea. He goes back to find Angoric, who I assume is waiting patiently at the postal office with Georgia, waiting for the letter to get back. And he goes up to Angoric and he's like, "Hi, just let me know when and where, and I'll be there. I got this Christmas tea from Huang. It should make me explode a couple hours."
Explode. You
Uh,
mean like
Orifice. I don't need to get it. I should. Hi, look at that. Wow, that was good. Yeah, it's gonna make me feel unwell. I don't know if I'll be able to hold anything in, is what I'm saying.
oh
Right,
oh
right. So I keep your distance. Remember, 30 feet. Keep your distance, because I don't want the lovely lady getting anywhere near that mess. But keep your distance, and then just let me know when and where, and I'll go take it and feel like shit. I just want to help you out. Hell of a wingman, they say.
Okay, where can I find you when I receive the letter?
I'm gonna go back to the Runebinder's place. You could find me there. and he gives you his if they're apartments or houses. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit beforehand, Brandon, but he gives him a way to find Wakarun. So
Sounds like a plan. I will see you then.
perfect. Hey, I have to like switch screens to go to Discord to read what's going on, so I don't show it on stream. But yeah, that's good.
That's fair.
Brandon, I know you talked a little bit today about like prepping this. Any idea that this was gonna happen?
Yeah. Yep.
That's just
As
all.
always, this session goes exactly the way I expected it to go. So I assumed that Christmas tea would come up, and that we would end the session both Wakarun shitting his pants. So
Man.
okay.
And Gorik is going to wait patiently at the post office for Shalhadri's response
For just days.
for the rest
There
of the day.
meditates.
Talking to Georgia. And so he's going to say to Georgia, so, Georgia,
Oh yes.
how long have you been a woman?
Well, all my life. That's such a strange question.
Sorry, it's the lack of beard doesn't really, denote. What
That
you're-
and the fact that I'm an elf.
You're an elf. I couldn't tell.
No,
I don't see race, just gender.
that's fair. No, okay, yeah, you can make small talk with Georgia. I think eventually you will get a response directly from Shalhaldri. It says yes, yes, 1,000 times yes.
Oh my gosh.
Lord like that.
Okay. Well,
So you're gonna meet her at the inn tomorrow morning.
at the end tomorrow morning.
Is that the date, or is that to plan the date?
That is to go
Starting
with the
point.
date that I have planned.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will have said in the letter that I have a special date planned for the two of us.
All right.
What map has Helgren's Inn on it? What level is it on again?
I don't think it's on the map.
Is it not? I could have sworn we found it one time, but maybe not. Maybe it was a different inn.
Yeah, I think
That was the top level, right?
it's on the top level, but I don't think it's on the
King's
map.
Crown?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. I was just curious. It must have been something else that we found.
I think there are inns on here, but I don't think it's the one that you use in this
Specifically,
campaign
yeah,
specifically
Okay.
listed here. But okay. So we will kind of move forward to the next day, unless anybody else needs anything they want to get done in the
Do I
meantime.
make any progress?
Oh, that's fair. What did you write on the letter?
Where and when?
Just
We're
where
going
and
with
when.
just 2 W's for now. We'll move on to the rest after.
All right. So what I'll say is, you write your message onto the piece of paper.
Sarah, I think
Sarah.
you are echoing sometimes. I'm not sure what's going on, but we do hear ourselves coming out of you on occasion.
Hear
Me?
ourselves coming out of you.
You
When
can hear
see
me
yourself, are
twice.
you far away?
Yeah, I could hear me too.
I
And it's
can
not not my least favorite thing in the world, but it's down there.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
It's okay right now.
I have to listen to myself all the time. Okay, so yeah, so I think you write this message down onto the scroll basically, and that you see the ink kind of fade into the paper, and then the message vanishes after a period of time, and you don't really know. Hey, there it was again.
I don't know how it's happening though.
Are you using headphones?
No, because the headphones were blowing up when Josh was here last time.
Okay.
So
Well, if it's just coming out of the speakers, then it's just
just
echoing into the mic. So just mute yourself so you can't talk unless you're talking. There you go. You got it. Okay. So yeah, so you don't really know, what the expectation is for a response. So you kind of like wait all day, checking it every once in a while. Has anybody written back? Has anybody written back? Has anybody written back? And then let's see. You said where and when.
Mm-hmm.
For the 2 W's there. Let's see, I want to look at what my
I
previous
could use the
message
5.
used.
I didn't really want to throw
It,
just like the whole kitchen sink at you.
Be impressive.
and a long kind of scrolling message appears, and it says, "He is safe in a place far, but not so far away." When, you ask? Well, this is a fairly recent development for me, but it doesn't really matter, does it? And then it's just kind of like ...
Okay. I absorbed that information.
Okay. So we'll go to the next morning now. The morn of the great date, as some people might call it.
I will have filled Wokrun in on the fact that we are going to have this date near the Temple of Fulgrit. There's a nice
Okay.
cavern with some good natural ambiance to it that I will take Shalholdry to post the breakfast time frame.
Alright, where would you want me to set up? And what time of day are you thinking I should not feel so good?
I think around noon you should come. And
Aye, the Black Noon. Alright.
Yeah.
As soon as... That's
make
when I
way
should be
to-
sick. I should be sick by the Black Noon.
Yes.
Alright, and okay,
Make
and
your
yeah,
way to Fulgrit's temple, and I will use the power of the god to heal you.
in the temple? You want me to be in the temple or outside of the temple?
Outside the temple, appealing to the priests, and I could do my magic.
Alright, I'll be there. And Wakroon, that morning, goes there early, sets up around probably 10:30 or 11. Downs that
Okay.
vial. Immediately doesn't feel very good.
I still. Okay. Let's have Walkreen make a fortitude save then.
Okay.
Oh no! What if you roll too well?
It is my best save at a +10. Oh my god, actually, I think... I didn't even think about it. Give me a second. I guess this... I don't know if we're considering it a poison, but I do have poison
It is.
resistance.
Yeah. Resistance, like you can't even be affected by them, or
you gain poison
get a bonus?
resistance equal to half your level, and each of your successful saving throws against a poison affliction reduces its stage by 2 or by 1 for a viral poison. Each critical success against an ongoing poison reduces its stage by 3 or by 2 for a viral poison. So, strong-blooded dwarf is what that's called. Okay, so fortitude save. I rolled a natural 4, so only a 14.
Okay. So yeah, you feel kind of unwell after drinking this Christmas tea. I can't even say it. So silly. Okay. So while Karun is setting himself up for disaster, and
If you
and
or a
Agoric
loved
is
one was
preparing.
diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
Great. So while Karun's setting himself up for disaster, and Agoric's getting himself ready for this date, how does a half-orc get himself ready for a date?
I am going to put on my best livery and the healing gloves that Shalholdry gave me, as well as grab the gifts that I have gotten for her with my holy symbol prominently laid across my chest.
Okay.
Oh,
Is anybody
wow.
else?
The gifts.
Are you gonna wrap them?
In a clean
Fancy.
white cloth.
Ah.
Oh, because he likes that.
Okay. So you're getting ready for this date. Gosh, man, so funny. Is anybody else expecting to be present for this, or is everybody else off doing their own thing? Is everybody eating breakfast and like watching this happen? I mean, Walker's
yeah.
obviously participating.
Just watching it unfold.
They're using the security cameras and watching
Okay.
from the security room.
Yeah.
I'm there, but I'm
But-
kind of checked out.
You've got a couple of different things going on. That's fair.
I do. Yeah.
What about Huang and Elnat? You guys got your own things going on in town?
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
I don't think I would be going to the date. I would be doing other things.
Huang is definitely watching mischievously.
Okay.
What about Bao? I want Bao to be there.
Bao is currently like 3 miles away. Just he followed a little trail, like an ant trail, and like zoomed off. But he's probably making his way back. I just don't know where he is at this point.
He's a mature animal companion now. We really can't account for all of his time.
He's doing
Yeah,
his own
he's
thing.
got his own
now.
free actions.
Okay. So you're gonna go on this date. So and Gorik shows up. Are you showing up first? Is that the assumption? Like you're gonna be there and be ready, or
Yeah,
are you?
I'll be there and be ready. Come, man. And Gorik is a professional dater.
Professional dater.
Busy
Okay.
now.
All
This
right.
is the first one.
Okay. So that means you'd be there when Shalhaldri walks in. So if you want to go to, let's see, we can go back to the Helgen's map if you want. Helgen's Inn.
And
Oh,
Gorik is
yeah.
going to be in his spot, the same spot where he first met Shalhaldri.
Nice.
And I will
Okay.
put myself outside. Oh, no, then I can't see anybody. All right. I'm hiding in the corner. Actually, can I do this?
All right. So I think you're going to see Shalhadri walk in. And a reminder, she is a halfling. So she is a small individual. She's only about 3.5, maybe 4 feet tall tops. But for this date, she has kind of carefully pinned and curled her hair. And she's kind of wearing this like gown. She's got like this fine white velvet gown with a very like fitted bodice. It's embroidered with silver and pearls and accentuates her delicate figure. And she's got these puffed sleeves that are cut off like on the shoulders. And a flowing skirt that has a fur-trimmed hem that adds a touch of opulence. Her whole ensemble is completed with white kid leather gloves, a single string of pearls, and white satin shoes with silver buckles.
And stilts.
And that's right. She's now 6 feet tall. No, but so she walks in and she kind of like scans the room before spotting Angorik, and you see her
Angorik-
expression kind of soften.
And Gorik will have been waiting for her and watching the entrance to see when she arrives. And as soon as she arrives, he will stand and make his way towards the entrance.
Did Angoric change his getup at all for the date, or is he still wearing like battle armor?
Said he was wearing livery.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Sorry.
Livery, yeah, with my holy symbol of Fulgrit on my chest still as well. But otherwise, he's not wearing his full, regular armor. He's not armed at this point. Outside of, he still has the cold iron on his hip, but it is
Sure.
much smaller though. Not as much of a concern to be, seen as threatening at this point. He's trying to soften his look quite a bit since he is a half orc.
It's fair.
He's going to walk up and.
Yeah, so she's kind of standing at the entrance, kind of expectantly.
Shalhaldri, it is good to see you.
Oh, and Gorik, it's good to see you as well.
I have quite the morning planned for us. But first, I figured we could order food here at Helgen's and take it with us to our. Well, it's a surprise for you.
A surprise? Well, I am delighted.
Yeah, and I will gesture for her to make her way to the bar so we can order our food, and we're gonna stand. Why am I so large? Compared to, never mind.
Because Mahadri just got here.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Connor
Stand
was just
next
sitting there
to
too.
Papa.
So I think the barkeep has an extra tall stool for just in case halflings come in, so she can sit up at the bar, kind of next to you. And she kind of makes eye contact with Epna, and it's just like, I would take my usual, unless Angoric has something special prepared.
No, the usual is fine. We'll just get it to go.
You heard the man.
Take my usual as well. That's not to go. And
All right.
I'll cover this monkey's as well.
You see Karu sitting there staring off at his face. I think Karu. I think we decided last time he doesn't really have to eat, right?
Exactly. I'm playing it off as charitable, but I know that Connor's not going to hear anything.
Does his mouth ever open?
So
Can he eat? Is he capable of eating? For like enjoyment
Kind
or
of like
pleasure?
Cookie Monster, to where he like chomps at it, but all just falls out. Yeah.
So he can chew, but he can't swallow. Got it.
Cookie
Wait,
Monster.
I
I love that.
Frog opening his mouth, you know.
It's incredible.
Okay. All right. So the exchange happens. Epna rolls her eyes at you, telling her that you're gonna pay for Karu's food, but she brings the 2 meals out. She says, "Good luck."
Yeah. I gesture for Shalhaldri to take my arm. And she takes She takes it, and we make our way out, and we're going to head towards the Temple of Fulgrit, to
Okay.
a nice little cavern that's right next to it that has some softer lichen to sit upon.
Sit upon.
At this point, Wakroon is dying.
No, you rolled okay.
Okay, that's it.
And make our way to the Temple of Fulgrit. I will have the packages of the gifts that I've prepared for her underneath my other arm, and
Okay.
attempt to make small talk with Shalhaldri. So, are you excited for the festival?
I am indeed. This time of year, business is always booming.
There's also a exciting time for us priests. So many new people coming and going out of town. So many new potential, followers for Fulgrit.
Ah, yes, the Cloistercrats like to recruit from the upper levels of the merchants guilds during this time.
All are welcome to follow the Blessed Mother. What was that noise?
That's
Austin?
Wakroon role playing, dying. Even if you're not close yet. Just
All right,
getting-
roll another fortitude save, Walker.
A 5. 15.
Ooh. Okay, 15. All right, yeah, you're getting worse. Like your condition is worsening. I still can't believe that this is the plan that you came up with. But all right, all right. So you guys get to this temple, this cavern that you're headed to.
Okay. We make our way there, and I pull off a bit of the white cloth that I had prepared, which is actually a fine white linen, and put it over this rock that I was aware of that we call Table Rock. So it serves as a table pretty well to set upon our, picnic.
She says, "Wow, isn't it so interesting that this was ready for us? It's like we were destined to be here."
I was raised near here, so I'm quite familiar with the territory. But yes, it does feel like a bit of divine providence that I've met you, Shalhaldri. Can you guys hear Lorna?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
It's making it better, so continue.
Quality peanut gallery.
Okay. And I'll set out the food and say to her, I made sure not to bring any wine this time. I know you don't enjoy it. And
That was another me.
what?
That was a different day, you know, different day, different personality.
Are you saying that you
Oh.
want wine?
No, this is fine.
No, I'm just revealing red flags.
I could turn this water into wine through
Uh-huh.
transubstantiation.
Now that would be very interesting. I like the look on Austin's face while this is happening.
So I'll eat. I'm assuming she eats.
She does eat.
I'll let her take the first bite and then follow the lady's lead.
Mm-hmm. She's got a very it's, you know, Calistocrats are very much all about purity and cleanliness, so she doesn't have any like foods that are high in fats or cholesterol or carbs. You know, it's a very lean dish that she was prepared. A lot of plants, it looks like.
Okay. So she's a vegetarian. No. And then Angoric, upon the completion of our lunch, is going to pull out one of the packages. And
You want to make my
Gosh,
cock
Dave.
explode now?
no, that is not what he says. He,
You
uh,
need- you need Lonely Island.
packages. You packages. I got
That's
you.
my dick in a
Mhm.
box.
he's going to pull out one of the gifts that he brought along,
Nice.
and it is going to be some fine soap that he purchased from a local merchant.
Mm.
And he will take out his water pouch as well and offer it up to Shalpaldry to wash her hands upon completion of lunch. And he will wash his hands himself.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. So she like you said, she's wearing like these like kid gloves, and she does take them off to like wash her hands and like clean up.
Kid gloves like they have skeleton like bones on them.
Yeah,
or...
yeah, exactly. Small. They look like they would fit a child, actually.
Halloween outfit? Or...
And Angoric will take off the healer's gloves and wash his own hands. And as he does so, he says, I very much appreciate this gift that you sent me, Shalpaldry. I shall cherish it forever. It's amazing how, despite what these hands have seen, these gloves will never become dirty.
She kind of, her cheeks turn a little bit red when you say that, and she says, "I'm pleased that you like it. I wasn't sure how it would be received."
What do you mean?
She says, "Well, I've never bought a gift for a gentleman caller."
I have not bought a gift for a lady so fine as yourself either.
Only ladies not so fun.
What?
Oh,
Lorna really likes the flirting that we've got going on right now.
because I've never got a gift for a lady as nice as you. Oh, not very nice ladies.
Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness. Okay. But yeah, she says, "Never in my 44 years have I met anyone like you."
That was an age reveal.
44. I am 34. I don't know if we've discussed this in the past, but age is just a number. Love conquers all.
Whoa.
There you go, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord.
The L
Age
she
word.
does-
matters, huh?
She says, "Well, it's of course it's just a number." She says, "I had an uncle once who lived to be 111."
That would have been quite the birthday.
But you do know that halflings do live a little bit, quite a bit longer than humans do, normally.
Angoric is going to say, I know none of my blood family. High Priest. Oh man, what's his name? My father. My father was the High Priest of Fulgrit, and he found me when I was but a wee babe.
Eridor Oridus, I think is his name.
Eric. Does she say anything?
Yeah. So she says, well, I did know both of my parents. Yes, I still know them. She says, my father Isan is a humble innkeep, and my mother Nyla does some of the cooking and cleaning around our little inn.
I would love to meet them someday, for if they have raised such fine daughter as yourself, they must truly be wonderful people.
Yes. The dancing horsey is very far away from here.
The dancing what?
Dancing horsey.
No, it's
Yeah,
a horse girl.
Like a
Girl this whole time.
The dance.
It's not to be confused with the prancing pony. That is very clear on our side.
Understood.
Adjacent
they
to the
have
Pink Pony Club.
One day. Oh,
What did you say, Sarah?
I said adjacent to the Pink Pony Club. Sorry.
That's right.
Pony Club. I keep on dancing.
well, mayhaps one day we may visit this dancing horsey and see your parents again.
Perhaps. She says,
Well-
it must have been strange for you to grow up in an environment with almost none others like you.
It was quite lonely for a time, but I'm sure you can understand us. Individuals have to stick together at times.
Yes, it seems.
Changes us from individuals into something more.
It seems that you have made some fast friends. Although I'm not sure about the one who almost fell to his death. Just perhaps if we could.
No, we quick as fuck, girl. 9.8 meters per second.
Yes, if we could keep him away from danger such as that, so I don't know. Does he always live so dangerously?
You are right that my friends are very fast. I think that man in particular drives about 10% over on most situations.
Call back.
He, in all honesty, and please forgive my language, is a bit of an idiot.
Whoa.
I've seen him do number upon number of completely just stupid things, risking his life hither and thither with no regard for his own well-being. But he is my friend, and he is a good dwarf at his heart. And I have seen him risk his life for those that he cares for.
She says, I understand completely. And she puts her hand on your hand. She says, we had a donkey at the dancing horsey.
A donkey.
A donkey that would get into the most trouble out of all other donkeys.
So how
But I
comparing me
loved
to
it
a
so.
donkey?
And it's the love that you show for that dumb donkey that really grows you as a person.
That's right.
Yes,
You never did learn.
I can see how Woke Run would remind you of a dumb donkey. He too reminds me of a dumb donkey at times, but we have to care for these dumb donkeys. Wait, Jahadri, did you hear that?
I did. Are we being beset by zombies? Not again.
What do you mean, not again? Wait, that's not important.
She pulled out a 12 gauge. You get that
That's
window,
right.
I'll get this window.
That's right.
I don't think it's a dumb zombie. I think it's almost as if speaking his name called him to us. Woke Run, is that you?
Fuck.
I said, Woke Run, is that you?
It's me. Oh god. Gork. I
Is
need.
everything okay?
Don't get close. Don't get too close. I don't know. Something Juan gave me. It's not good.
Here, let me see if I can help, but from a distance with these gloves.
What? You can do that? That's
With-
incredible. You're so impressive as a healer. Oh god.
It's the
Listen.
ego stroking, but also the literal farting at the same exact time.
It's just like straight out
She
of the
says-
movie.
Crying.
She looks at Ingork and she says, "He's more like the donkey than I could have ever imagined."
Oh, fuck you, bitch. Help.
He doesn't mean it.
Help.
She's done well.
I'm so
And
ill.
Gork is going to use the healer's gloves to attempt to stop whatever malaffliction has hit Wokron, which probably would have been good for us to communicate what exactly you were doing.
That's what I mean. I guess yeah. It was funny to think that like healing actually probably would just like give me a bonus to feel better and like wouldn't fix me. You suck at this. Oh my god, dude! I could just see that in a movie. Oh my god.
I mean,
Shooting yourself in the bushes.
I think it would be a bold take in a romantic comedy to have somebody like sick, like violently ill. Like I could see
But it's just like the whole scenario of him like,
Just shift in
I'll do it
tone.
for you, bro. I got you. And then doing it like regretting it the whole time. Just fucking help. I don't care about her.
Even Bridesmaids.
Yeah, it's
I guess there was, yeah.
You notice, when I'm sick, I lose my accent. 'Cause I don't know how to do this with an accent.
It's okay. It's okay, Wokron. Here. And he'll
It's
hold up his
Wokron.
hand and say a quick prayer to Fulgrit and outstretch his hands towards him to provide healing energy at a 30-foot emanation.
Oh,
Wow.
Fulgrit, help. I believe in any god. Just get over with.
He gets
Okay.
it over with.
Okay,
Walker
Walker
dies.
starts feeling better. Yeah.
No,
Bring in a new character. Shalhadra says, "I thought you said you were a healer." She runs away. Okay, so she's like, "Well, that was
feel much better.
very unexpected. I would have never guessed in a million years that you would take me to this cave and your dying friend would stop by a second time."
the same one from last time.
Hi, Angoric. I appreciate all you've done for me. You are such a great person, and everyone should love you, and you are so strong and good with magic and God. And
Gork is going to
like cut me off. And okay. I'm gonna go home now, and he walks
I
off.
suggest drink plenty of water, recover your fluids, and sleep.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Right. Thank you.
Feel better, Wokron.
As Wilkrin walks away, he like walks past Wong, and she slips him a second tea, and she goes, "This'll put the Christ in Christmas."
That's got some very interesting
All right.
foreign brews here.
I appreciate that, Huang. I think I'm going to stick with water and sleep for now, but I think we should hold on to this Christmas tea for next time. Appreciate it. It worked. It worked very well. It definitely did what it was supposed to do, I think.
This tea has ginger and turmeric in it, so at the very least, maybe it would be good for you.
I totally believe you, but right now I'm just not willing to believe or like trust anyone, if you know what I mean. I'll see you tomorrow. I gotta get well before the festival. We can slip this in someone's drink. The festival or something, maybe.
Aye.
Aye.
And Gork is going to turn back to Shalhadri with Wokron's exit.
I think she's gonna say, honestly, I don't think that anyone could have planned for this evening to go the way that it has.
I agree. I don't quite know what Wokron got himself into, but I think your analogy of the sick donkey is very fitting. But before we depart from each other today, I do have one last surprise for you. And he pulls out the last linen-covered gift.
Okay.
And he unwraps it and presents her with a silver holy symbol of Fulgrit, which is a rune-etched hearth, but it's small and wearable around the neck, and offers it to her. If you would like something to remember me and my blessed mother by.
She's wow. She says, "Your gift is exceptional, and I I am delighted to say that I had a similar concept in mind." And she hands you like this silver holy symbol of Calistrade, like the prophecies of Calistrade that she follows, which is like a I think it's like a triangle symbol sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got like a
Better.
triangle with
More.
upside down triangle with some like concentric circles and stuff inside of it. But she's but it's kind of like it's almost like a stained glass like piece. It's kind of like etched in silver, but like the inside of it is like varying colors, and it kind of like it makes the light like shine in a particular way. And she says, "Whatever grace may belong to me, let it pass on to him."
I will cherish this forever and hope that Calistrade will extend the same grace that they have clearly offered to you to me as well.
She says, "Why, she says, I guess. Is there anything else? I mean, I would hate for the day to end so soon."
What else did you have in mind?
This is it? This is all you got? Just breakfast and
Goes,
You want to make my cock explode now?
yeah, okay. No, she's just like I'm sorry. She says it was a very pleasant date. I only meant that I wanted to spend more time with you. When can we meet
My
again?
alley gutter.
I didn't have my mind in the gutter.
Somebody did.
Maybe we could meet at the festival when we're done with our duties and enjoy all the activities that it has to offer.
She kind of giggles again. She says, "Be sure that you're ready for the mock combat." She says, "I haven't had many knights prepare to defend my honor at the last two festivals."
I will be sure to take part in the tourney and wear this symbol of Calistrade in your honor. And Angoric is going to get down on his knee so that he can be at her level and offer a kiss.
Wow.
I think she will accept a gentle kiss on the cheek.
Very good.
Very,
And
very good. And just leaves.
Whoa, well,
Glad that's over with. Just-
that went exactly as planned. You can come out now, awkward. I brought you an extra change of pants.
That's what I should have pulled out from the linen sheets was, here, I have this pants for you.
Yeah, you don't heal me. You just bring extra pair of pants.
And he will stand back up and say, I must return to my duties as a priest of Fulgrit and prepare for the festival, but Shahadri, I mean this. You brighten my day like no other person could.
She says, "And you make me feel more excited to be alive than I have ever been before." She says, I have much to attend to as well. She says, those textiles won't sell themselves.
Indeed. Well, I hope that we have time to see each other again at the festival. And I look forward to our next meeting.
And I as well, Sir Angoric. And she like winks at you. Okay,
And I wink
scene.
back.
Oh, too late. She didn't see it. She's gone.
Oh no.
Her. A wagon with like a bunch of blacked out windows pulls up and like she jumps in really fast and like takes off. No, that's not true. I mean, I imagine you walk her back to the.
Yeah, I walk her back to Helgen's and we make polite conversation.
When she gets home, she's talking to a couple of her girlfriends, and she's like, "I can't believe he didn't even notice what I did with my hair, or the outfit that I wore." She said, "Doesn't he know that these curls take over 2 hours to pull off?"
Wow.
She says, "We'll see if I ever see that old brute again."
Oh no.
He
But
said, very good after he kissed me, and I found that very odd.
But in this little cutscene that you're seeing, she's wearing the necklace that Angora gave her. So perhaps
Very
there
nice.
is some fondness.
Incredible. That was great.
Something.
I still have
Sorry.
tears in my eyes. I'm still short of breath.
Okay. Well, at least we can finish off with all the role playing this episode, right? Since there's so much
Yeah, totally.
else going on.
Okay, now combat.
That's right.
Let's just go fight something.
A missile lands in the middle of the city.
We go back to the low level area and kill some easy stuff, just to level up some.
Sure.
Can we find the little rat girl and kill her?
You could.
Yeah, there's an orphanage in every town, right?
Yeah.
All right. So note to self: extended role plays and romance makes everyone extremely bloodthirsty.
I had
Yeah,
romance too.
not for the
planned, too.
faint
That
of
was
heart.
Great.
Called balance.
It's called balance. Oh my god, I'm dying.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
You
Hey,
like
you
that?
said to make clip-worthy content, Austin.
That's
So that's
true.
the start of the
I did.
episode.
I don't even know where to start. Oh,
It's pretty
okay.
good though.
Whew. All right, tavern dance music now.
All right. So I imagine now Angoric is debriefing everybody on how his date went. You guys all came back to the tavern in the evening.
He's Wakroon still looks a little uneasy, but he has a mug of water and a mug of ale, so he's back to drinking a little bit. So just because it's hard to
Very
not with
good.
this music, you know.
For sure.
Angoric is going to, yes, debrief everyone on how his
Aye.
day shall fall pre-wed.
Gorik, hey, how'd it go? Did I do all right?
She is the most lovely woman I have ever met. And yes, it went well. Thank you, my friend, for the part that you played. We both agreed you were like a stupid donkey that she was raised with.
You're welcome. I would more say it's this Christmas tea. And he holds it, doesn't have the lid off, so when he's moving it around, it's kind of sloshing around everywhere, maybe almost getting into people's drinks accidentally. Hi, I should put a lid on that. Hi, what this is Huang's doing here, so you have her to thank. I just survived the ordeal. But I knew you'd come through with your healing abilities there. You and Fulgrit seem to have that pretty locked down at this point. Appreciate it. So is this the day before the party, or is there still one more day of free time and then the party?
There's one more day of free time, I think.
Okay.
Brendan, I don't remember. Whenever we did the story, that little arc where we were doing forging stuff, I don't remember. Did we get paid for that or no? Because it asking because if we did, I would probably have done that for these couple of days to potentially get enough gold to
If
enchant
you,
my axe.
If you like, we can always talk about giving money too. Like, how much gold are you short?
Brennan said it was 35. 7 gold.
Okay.
So it's like, since none
Yeah,
of
so
us
if you
have a
got-
lot, it would be a decent chunk. So that's why I wasn't gonna try to ask.
That's fair.
I think as a downtime activity, you can try to earn income.
Okay.
So you can, let's see. You are level 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
So that's just a craft check for every day that you want to do that, and you can make a certain amount of money.
Based on like how I roll.
Yep.
Okay. +6 to this.
So if you want to
and
do
I
that 3 times, there's
throw
3
it on
days.
the floor. 17 plus 6, 23 for the first one.
Okay.
Only an
23 is a
11.
success.
Okay, only an 11 on the second one.
Okay. Okay, so it's that 11 is a failure.
Okay.
So you got 1 success, 1 failure,
18 for the third.
and 18 is also a success in this case. So you end up making, I'll round up 2 gold pieces worth of cash in that time frame.
And if you ask around, I can give 2 gold to you as well to help out towards that goal at the very least.
I'll just wait on it a little bit.
Okay.
Just because, like I said, we don't have a whole lot of.
Yeah, I have
cash
16
at the
on
moment.
me, but yeah, not like working towards anything right now necessarily. Actually, I mean, I think we should. Yeah, let's go for it because I really don't foresee us needing to do this swim thing. So if I kind of see you working all day, I'll do this. We'll play it out. So if we're maybe hanging out this evening and I go, "Hi, Elnet. Looks like you've been putting in some time there at the forge. You trying to make some extra coin for anything in particular there?"
Yeah, I want to enchant my axe because it's always good to have a magical weapon at hand, you know. If I can make it a little beefier, then all the better, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I see value in that. Let me see if I can help out here a little bit. You know, that odd job that we did not too long ago where I got that fancy clothing and all those different pieces and what have you.
Oh, yes.
I didn't really
yes.
hand out any of that to anyone. I just kind of took it all just to see if it was any worth anything. And I'm not really sure what to do with this here, but if you could see if you can maybe find someone willing to sell it or buy it from you, you might be able to get enough gold there for it. And he hands you a dragon turtle scale, which is dragon turtle scale. It is worth 13 gold pieces, and it is a one-time use. So truly, I don't see. I mean, at this level, 13 gold piece consumable to give you it would give me a 10-foot swim speed for a minute. Could be really good if I think we're gonna go into the water, but I don't know if we are. So I'm gonna play it not like it's a video game, and assume that we're not gonna go into the water, which we might. We might go. Brendan might be like, next book, you're in an underwater planet the entire time. We've never done that before. But yeah, I have another thing that gives me some water-like stuff that I will hold on to still. But yeah, so you could take that dragon turtle scale, and then I think if it's sell for half, I assume it's round down sell for half, Brendan?
You get 6.5.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it would be like
silver pieces.
5 silver pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Thank you, my friend. That is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
You'll have
appreciate
to.
that very much.
You know, like I said, we're not really sure if we're going to end up in any sorts of battles again. I think we've done our fair share of work here as a group, but who knows what the future holds beyond this party. So, if we do end up going on more adventures together, I'd want you to have my back.
I definitely will.
Cool.
I would also remind you guys that if you have runes on weapons, you can transfer runes between different weapons too.
Okay.
So if you have something that's enchanted, but it's not something that you're going to end up using, you can move those around. You could pay a fee to
So
have
like
those
my
moved.
Stickleberry Stickler has a
Good.
potency rune
Now
plus
you'll
1 on it.
remember that your Stickleberry Stickler is alone. That you got that for winning that contest, but you get to use the Stickleberry Stickler for a year, but then you have to give it to the winner of the contest next year.
Sure. Okay,
So if you
got
just
it.
disenchanted it, that might be kind of a.
I guess
That's
it all
next
depends
year's.
on how
That's
long.
next year. What Croon's problem?
Yeah.
That's true.
At that point, hopefully, within a year's
not in this
time of
campaign.
being adventuring, yep, hopefully I'll be dead, or I'll have so much gold that I can easily buy another weapon potency rune and put it back on there. So,
There you go.
unless it destroys
It's
the
kinda
item
like-
that you're taking it off of.
It's kind of like winning the Great Topeka Duck Race and getting the brand new Mustang or whatever car they have that year, and they're like, you get to use this car for a year, and then you take it down to a part shop and just like get it parted out, and you're just like, it's gone.
Sounds very Topeka.
I gave it back. It's all that's left. But okay,
Cool. That's my interaction for this evening before it's time to go to bed.
sure.
That's my RP.
Karu, are you still writing in your little?
I am. Yeah. Yeah, they said that he is safe, but relatively close. So I pretty much just ask, like, what do I need to do in order to get to him? Like, obviously they have the upper hand here, so what do I gotta do?
What do you want?
I'm gonna say, time will tell if our paths shall collide. Just remember, if you want to see him again, safe and sound, you will await further instructions.
Brendan used the delay.
Yeah. Okay.
Smart. I like that.
Understood.
All right. Okay. That's happening. So remember everybody like Karu got this fancy scroll that you can write into it, and it appears on the matching scroll. You can kind of write back and forth. So this conversation's been happening. I mean, have you told the entire group about the existence of this
This is
scroll,
kind
or
of
is this?
yeah. This is more just kind of happening in the background, like while all this, like the date and the like breakfast and conversation and stuff is happening. Karu's been extra rude this morning, and just kind of like, doing his own thing. But yeah, I mean, if I told them initially about it, but I figured everyone's just kind of doing their own thing around him. Kind of just buying time before the party, using the time that we got. It doesn't seem like we have any other quests going on.
Yeah.
Find the Holy Grail.
Let's make our own
Makes sense.
quest.
Does anybody else have anything they want to do, or are we ready for the festival?
Ready for the festival.
Oh no, I got to roleplay in the next 24 hours.
Okay. You do that. Take a quick break.
Wakroon continues to recover after the horrible poison and watches TV all day.
Mark.
Modern Family.
There's a lot of anachronisms happening in this week's episode for some reason.
Oh wow. Look at that background.
Snick. What a jam. Where does the party take
Okay.
place?
It's a good question.
Thank you. I came up with it on
Something
my own.
I definitely know.
I assume it's the highest level. You wouldn't want to party down at the low levels.
That's true.
But I don't know. Maybe it's outside. Maybe it's a surface
Maybe.
party.
I don't know that there's an actual. I think it's at the Tulor like clan hall. Like I think they bring everybody into like their clan's like big hall for like this event. But I think it is up on the
Allure
the
Clan
top
Hall. I
level.
see it there.
Is it on the map?
It's on the map.
Take it
Allure
into the map.
Clan Hall. Everybody goes to
Cool.
the High Helm overview.
Nice.
Map. It's right here. It's in this corner.
Oh.
Right next to the Runebinder Clan Hall. So I am a easy walk on over. It's always nice to have your house near wherever the party is. That way you can walk home, not have to Uber or anything.
That's
Or
right.
take the Uber Ogdenar edition. We need a fantasy Uber title like Starbucks. I don't know
Right.
what it would be called.
I don't know. Yeah. I assume it's just it's just donkeys that drag you back to your house. You know, if you.
Yeah.
Ogre.
What'd you say?
Ogre.
Ogre
Ogre.
instead of Uber. It's ogre.
It's all ogre
They
now.
they just throw you on their shoulder and you ride it.
That's right.
I like it. Cool. I will say, before going to this party, I don't know what time it is or anything. And I will do this mechanically if I have to in Path Builder if that comes to that. But I am wearing that high fashion outfit.
Okay.
So
Does
I've taken-
anybody else get fancy clothes for this party? Got time.
So, how
I
much
don't
money do
have fancy clothes in my gear, but I would assume since I live in the city, I would and work there and stuff. I would assume I have at least nicer clothes.
The clothing I have is worth 55 gold pieces.
It doesn't have to be that fancy, but there are, I think, somewhere in the gear section. I think there's like fine clothing.
Yeah, it
Man.
costs 3 gold pieces. I'm
Yeah.
going to wear a robe of pulpit that the rest of the priests are outfitted in.
My outfits were all black, and black is always normal, so I think I'll be.
Yeah, you certainly don't have to spend the gold on it if you don't want to.
Man, I'm gonna be selling this
I'm-
outfit
I'm-
after.
I'm simply gonna shirk my explorer's clothing and just kind of go. It's just like a plain doll, just to clean my look up a bit.
Very, you could almost be very like hidden if you wanted to. Like someone could just carry you if you're not wearing any
Actually,
clothes.
yeah, I have that feat. It's just like
Oh.
harmless doll.
Look like a doll.
That,
Yeah, I
that-
can just play dead.
that should have been my gift to Shal Haldry.
It's you? You could spy on her, report back the next day.
I did have a doll issued that looks like me. I have one in my inventory that is just like a monkey doll. That's supposed to just be a replica of me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Not to take it off topics too much, but the free RPG day, the adventure thing that they're releasing, Paizo is for Pathfinder 2e, is a poppet adventure. Like it's a bunch of poppets playing in it.
All poppets.
They released like
Sweet.
some character art of some like various poppets and stuff. It's pretty funny.
Cool.
Their theme for like 5 years was like Goblin Adventure. Like it was like Here There Be Goblins, and then it was like Here There Be Goblins 2, and like We Be Goblins 3, and like it's just there was like a fun little thing they had going. But yep, it's
Oh,
a
it's
Poppet
puppets.
Adventure this year. They did like a Skittermander one for Starfinder last year, I think.
That makes sense.
But yeah. So a little bit of time will pass here. You guys are all get ready for this large event.
Can
And the
we?
day
Can you give us
finally
a
arrives.
description of the event again, since we didn't really talk about it since episode 1? Like, what is this? What do people do here? Like, what's the whole idea behind it? kind of take us all the way back to episode 1.
Yeah, so I want to read some flavor text here. So you've been informed, some of you know, probably have chatted about it at length, but the family festival isn't a single holiday. It's events held throughout the year at different times of the year by various clans to celebrate their family's history. So like this is the time of year that the Talors get together, and they're all of the dwarven clans have a particular niche, and the Talor clan is all about history. So like their family festival is about celebrating the history of the dwarves, basically. So they are as dedicated as they are to history and reenactment. The Clan Talor's festival is a pageantry of dwarven legends and triumphs of High Helm. The guest list is several thousand entries long. It includes powerful High Helm personages and international figures of some renown. Usually, people kind of filter in and out for specific events. Some will stop by just to sample the food and see some of the spectacle before returning to their own responsibilities. But it is kind of like an all-day long affair. They kind of get everyone together. They have meals. Then there's Shahadri hinted at some type of mock combat that's going to happen at some point during the night. They do some kind of fun game. Everybody kind of acts out a famous battle in dwarven history. So there's a few different things that kind of go on there. But yeah, you all, as part of everyone's individual stories here, you were kind of invited as friends of the clan to participate in this festival. So, maybe you're individually interested about learning more about some of the dwarven history. Maybe there's somebody that this festival that you're trying to meet. There's a lot of different reasons to be here. But the way that it plays out, Pathfinder, is that this is an influence minigame, basically. So there are different characters that you can get information from during this event, and I'll try to do a good job of showing you kind of who you might want to talk to. But you can use skills to try and learn more about them, and then you can use other skills to try and win them over to your side, basically. And it's not as simple as red green. It's not as simple as yes, I've convinced them. It's you can continue earning influence with them throughout the different phases that go on, and they can keep giving you more information. And maybe there's a point where they don't know anything else, so you have to move on to somebody else, but you also don't know when that point is or if you were successful with these roles. So it's kind of a little bit of give and take.
Okay, sick. I'm about it. Are we showing up together as a group? Did we maybe decide morning of, meet at Helgren's like we always do, get a good breakfast in us, and then walk down as a group? Or did you guys think that are we separated enough now as a group that we'll meet you at the party type of thing?
I have separate responsibilities due to my priesthood.
Okay.
I mean, some people can probably meet up.
Okay.
If we want.
I guess Runebinder's right there, so I'd say, if you all want to get together at my place beforehand, I live right by, not too terribly far away. We can meet there in the commons area of Runbinder, and then head on down if that works for you. Anyone that wants to meet up. I imagine we're still having this conversation the night before.
Yeah.
I do inquire about my, perhaps, stay in your pack during this.
Yeah, absolutely. You're more than
I
welcome.
don't believe I'd be able to fit in as I once had in my youth.
You are you know me as a man of many pockets. And he's got all the esoterica that he holds all over the place, so he's got a lot of different little things to hold on to.
He scoots a dragon scale aside and just cozies himself into that pocket.
Cool. He doesn't have the dragon scale anymore, so yeah, where the dragon scale was, maybe he was able to fit it. So
Our DM is gone.
Hi, does anyone else want to meet the next morning there? Elnat, Huang? How you guys
Yes,
getting
sir.
there?
I'll be
Fine.
there.
Perfect.
Spawn can meet you guys as well.
Yeah, perfect. And Gorek, we'll see you there. Orpheus, what about yourself?
Already answered. Yeah, I'll meet you.
All right, perfect. I forget I need your one camera, so sometimes I forget that there's two of you. Okay. Yeah, so we'll meet there the next morning. I picture it kind of Angoric, like it's like a hometown, like the thing that comes to mind is like Maple Leaf. Like you're in the parade, so you have to get to the party early to like go set up your stand or whatever religious thing you're doing. But we all arrive later. Like, let's go find our buddy Angoric.
Yeah, I have to, prepare for the festival.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that we should talk about as far as things that we're going to try to accomplish. I assume part of it is that we're going to see people that we have worked for, like all of the missions that we did kind of as like the part one of the story going around helping people. We're going to see those guys again. We're probably going to run into maybe I'm thinking too much, but maybe we'll run into the people who do the sporting event stuff again. I can't remember the name of that sport, but we're probably going to run into a bunch of those people. So I don't know what information we're looking to gather, but the more the merrier. So
Basilisk Ball is what you're thinking of.
yeah, that's right. Perfect. I
wish we fought a basilisk. That's right.
Mumbled enough.
Sure, there are a couple of basilisk heroes among you. A couple of big sports heroes.
All right, all of us except for
Angoric,
right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All of us, besides Angoric, are meeting up in the Runebinder Commons before we head over, Brendan.
Okay.
That was all that we established while you were away.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you guys go to heads to the party. See if I've got something I can show you here.
Ooh, load map. Family festival scenes.
Can you see anything on the map?
It's still loading. 26 out of 35.
27. 30.
Oh, we're here.
35.
Oh my god. Let's go. We're here.
Yep. So you are, as you enter, if you are known, I got for an AI art too.
I see that. Yeah,
Pretty
it's
cool.
not bad at all.
But so as you enter the festival, if you are a person of some renown around High Helm, they announce your name as you enter. They've got heralds there, kind of reading off the guest list and things like that. So they're just like, when Walkroon walks by, they're like, Walkroon, Runebinder,
Correct holder of the
Stickleberry Stickler.
Hi, hello. I imagine they're doing it a lot. It's like no one's actually looking, so just kind of like waving at no one. Keep walking.
Angoric, Oredus, hero of the High Helm Hodags. But yeah, so they're kind of just like, they're giving like announcing people a little bit as they're kind of coming across. But everybody comes into the party, and this is kind of just this guests are beginning to arrive in earnest. I was wrong earlier. I said it was kind of a whole day thing. It is several hours long, but it doesn't start until the late afternoon. So you guys get there kind of towards the end of the day.
That's whenever like the actual festivities begin.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool.
So you gotta kind of get there later in the afternoon, and like it's supposed to go long into the night. Like if you're and the way we're gonna do it is we'll go through different like an hour of the festival at a time. So there's like different phases to go through. But so this one's just guests are arriving. Nearby buildings, even the surrounding streets, have become a bustle of merrymakers who are gathering in small groups. They have small tables out everywhere with finger foods, drinks, and there's even lawn games. So you see some dwarves that are playing this game called Hammer Toss. They've kind of got these two boards that are like spaced out, like a ways from each other, and they're trying to like throw hammers and get the hammer to fall vertically into this like circular hole like in the middle of the board. And you get some points too if you can just make the hammer stick to the board a little bit, if you can get it on the board. But you get more points if you get it directly in the hole.
Hey, do you play to 20 to 1 or can you bust?
Oh, you can bust.
You know what they say, busting makes me feel good.
Busting makes me feel good, yes. When you guys arrive, there's already a number of fairly important people. Oh, and Gork's is going right up there. There's a number of fairly important people. So we can tell you a little bit about some of this crowd that's gathered here. You recognize Rhea. She's an Oriad gnome, but she's kind of the one that gave you guys all this introduction to Clan Talor, and also initially set you off on your first quest, right? She's told you about some of these things to do around town. So she's here. You notice that there is a what are they called? It's not lizard folk. It's
Sorry. I'd love to assist.
Oh, it is lizard folk. Okay, it is lizard folk. Kind of like mystic. There named Valahask, who's kind of watching the party kind of unfolds. There is a fairly prominent spellcaster, a dwarf spellcaster by the name of Rosha Coppervein.
She looks cool.
You notice the matriarch of Clan Talor, as she's the elder of Clan Talor. Her name is Bolgra Veldolo. The last name kind of rings a bell.
Why wouldn't her last name be Talor?
Because that's the clan. That's they still have family names.
Oh, okay, I understand.
First and last names.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah, Bolgar Veldolo, and then Angoric spots out of the crowd his. It looks like his adoptive father is here in attendance. He surely waves Angoric over right when you guys get there.
I think you missed it, but Angoric was there already. Was part of the idea.
That's fair.
Helping with the setup, as the priests of Fulgrid are often asked to do for these clan activities.
That makes sense.
And there's Bow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little bit of there's quite a crowd here. Yeah, we've got our assortment of heroes, but also some new folks that are there for you guys to kind of talk to. So I'll tell you, by default, you can. There's basically two actions that you can take in the influence system. You can try to discover, which is a secret check, but it's either a perception check or maybe an appropriate skill if you've got something else that you think you could use. But you're trying to find out more about the individual, a single individual, like here at this party. So you can, be attempting to discover more about Bolgra Veldolo or more about Valhask, more about, Rhea, trying to figure out, give you an idea of how you might be able to influence them, which is the second action that you can take. And that is determined by the person you're trying to influence. So they might have 3 skills that work. They might have cave lore and crafting, and if as a dwarf artisan, you might have cave lore and crafting and knowledge history or something. They might have a very specific set of things that they like to talk about, and that's the only way that you can gain favor with them. So this is kind of an attempt to get away from only one character being good at diplomacy and being able to do anything for the entire conversation. There's different things that each person can be doing. So we'll still play through it kind of like we would a round of combat or something like that. But there's no initiative. There's no not a lot of combat going on. But it's just like you have a round for everybody to do whatever they want, and then we'll move on to the next part of the party.
But we will have to be those tactful friends that kind of have to shift people from like group to group to see which ones mix well and like what they're talking about. Like if they know things that these people are interested in, they move them over there. Like we just have to
Move
like,
around a
yeah,
little
be
bit.
tactful with
We
it.
all have
Yeah.
earpieces in, I assume, so we can share the information, right?
I can link everyone in some way or another. So
There you go. Just
You
what's
said
for
that
you.
was one of 2 actions in the influence system, right? Was discovering more about the people.
Discover
around
and then
It's discovering and influencing.
you. Yeah.
So like I said, yeah, like influencing is usually a check based on the NPC that you're trying to influence, and discovery is usually persuade or perception. Sorry, but it can be something else if you want it to. If you have a valid reason that you're going to be able to do something different to find out more about a specific person.
which I do, and I'm excited to try.
I'm
Okay.
expecting to be good at this.
So, do you guys want to go in any certain order? Do you want to roll for
Let's,
it? Or
yeah,
do you
let's just
wanna...
let's roll something. Let's do a
Yeah.
a flavor perception, but roll.
And I'm going where Walkroon's going. So
That's true.
Okay.
But you could maybe talk in a different order. We just do a diplomacy perception check, or a whatever. I guess.
Initiative?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
I don't care. I mean, if you
I'll
just
just-
want to roll a flat check, you can. See who goes first.
Okay. I mean, flat check works for me.
Roll a d20 and see what you get.
Okay.
Did you roll your d20?
7.
I rolled a 19. I added it to the initiative tracker.
Is this what is?
Just put it on the initiative tracker.
They what? No modifier.
No modifier. Flat check.
Okay.
Keep on dancing.
Here we go.
I'm excited. This is cool.
I rolled a 3.
Here, we got a 3. Okay. Okay, so it looks like Walkroon jumps into action first. Who do you want to talk to?
So my initial thought is to walk up to Rhea, because she's the person that I recognize and know. So I think that's where I'm going to start. So I think Walkroon's going to walk up and, be like, Rhea! Long time no see! It's finally happening!
Walkroon!
It's finally happening! It's great to see you! I've gathered many
Good to see-
stories since we last spoke, just like you said.
Yes, you and your group has done an excellent job.
Aye, we have. All right, so this is discover phase, right? That's what we kind of start with, or do I have to? You could do either.
You could do either.
Okay.
Obviously, there is some value in figuring out what people like
Yeah.
before just
Discover.
bulldozing into the conversation. But you can,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and you can still try, think skills like diplomacy and intimidate and
For sure.
like that. That's still an option.
Okay, cool. So what I want to do, hear me out on this. Instead of doing the discovery check, I want to do exploit vulnerability.
Okay.
But I want to specifically, and maybe this is, whatever. Instead of trying to find a mortal weakness, I want to jump straight to personal antithesis, because I feel like that is relevant. Finding something that maybe I find things that they don't like to talk about, and that kind of helps me aim the conversation towards things that they would like. Kind of like the inverse of those sorts of things. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I will say that all of these characters have or have the potential to have both resistances and weaknesses.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So you might say that like if we'll talk about someone completely else. You're talking to this warrior and he's got just this absolute love for the gladiatorial arena. Like he loves talking about the arena. Like that would be a weakness. And like if you find a way to talk to him about that and still use some other skills, then like that will give you a bonus on your checks. So you just have to let me know if you're looking for something like that, or if you're looking for topics that you should stay away from.
I think that's what I think. Personal antithesis. The idea behind it is usually you're targeting, you know, if you're targeting a corrupt officer, then you're gonna be like things that they've done in the past, like the jail key. That's kind of like the example that they give. You might procure a broken chain that once held a captive against a tyrant. So I think in this case, I would end up finding the resistances. Like, what do they not want to talk about? What is something that makes them feel uncomfortable? So, either way, it ends up just being, and since it's a secret check, right? This is the secret check, or is it the influence?
Yep.
It's the secret check.
Discovery is a secret check.
It's going to be the normal roll is an esoteric lore check against the standard DC. I mean, whatever. It's a plus 11. So maybe I'm having like a casual conversation is how I figure it, and I'm trying to like figure out what those things are that maybe Rhea, because she's been a very happy person, so it's just like, what can I do to keep her happy and not set her off?
Yeah, so I think maybe you're chatting with her for a little bit, and you find out that like she is, like she's talking to you a lot about like what you can do as a thaumaturge. Like she's very interested in that. Yeah. So she's talking to me a lot about that. But you notice that like if you try to explain to her something that she already knows, like if you try to mansplain a little bit, it immediately sours her attitude. She doesn't like anyone. She doesn't like lectures about topics that she already knows.
Okay. So, as far as skills go, she doesn't really have any particular resistances, maybe, unless. Okay.
That's like so. And the thing is, like a lot of these are.
It's like hard to like mechanically say that,
Well, it's not even like. Let me read the rules. I guess.
I don't want to be super meta about it, but yeah.
I guess what I should say. So on a success, it gives you the option of choosing one of the following, usually, which is you can learn a specific skill to influence the NPC, or you can learn one of their personal biases, resistances, or weaknesses.
Okay.
So like in this case, I'm telling you that she doesn't like talking about stuff that she already knows. So you know that if you try to bring that up in conversation, that would result in a penalty on your check.
So it's pretty much I need to learn what she knows now, and try to not bring that up. Almost.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really how you go about it. Like it's like you just don't lecture her on topics.
Okay.
Like
yeah. Okay. Is that how much we want to do per turn, or should I continue on with what I want to do with Rhea?
Yeah, that's like your check for this turn.
Cool. All right. And Walkthrough's right there with me, so he knows that with the conversation that we're having. So
there's as the phases go on, we talked about how people kind of filter in and filter out of the party. So there's never a guarantee that this person is going to stick around for the long term. Maybe if you're talking to them constantly, they will. Yeah. If the conversation's interesting, but if you make somebody mad, they might leave, or if you don't talk to somebody, they might leave, or there may be set points where people enter or exit the party. So like the goal is just to get as much information as you can as quickly as you can and build up kind of a rapport with some of these characters.
Okay.
So I'll leave it up to you guys if you want to focus on specific people, or if you want to all kind of split up and talk to different folks. Like it's kind of up for grabs. But I will say, like, finding information about them and then being able to like act on those skills is probably a good way to be
go about it
more successful. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to talk to Rhea like as the round progresses. Like I'm continuing to have this conversation with her. So
I'm gonna say just like a normal combat. It's like if one of you guys wants to like wait, until somebody else figures out something, you can hold your action. If you're not confident in being able to go up and just talk to one of these people, then you can kind of wait and see if an opening presents itself. But I would definitely say everybody needs to act before the round ends, because then we'll move on to the next party event. So it is Elnat's turn next.
I'm thinking. I think Elnat would probably go along, kind of along with Wakroon, because I think he's really proud of, at least in like that last battle, kind of the badass stuff that he and his machine companion did, and also I think Raya might enjoy hearing about this contraption. Do you think Silverforge would come along to this, or is this more of like a kind of keep? Okay, I didn't know if it would be one of those things where it's like, no, it's supposed to just be like people, I guess you could say.
No, I think it's I mean, I think it's definitely be interesting. But I think it's certainly possible for him to.
Okay, cool. We don't necessarily need to worry about his token being on here. But yeah, oh cool, there he is. But yeah, so yeah, I would talk to Raya about that and kind of, go along with Wakroon's stories and stuff and provide helpful details.
Oh, here
and
comes
stuff.
Elnet. Yeah, him and Silverforge are killers. Great folk, those right there. Plenty of stories to tell you.
So, so you're trying to discover more about her?
I think
guess on
I'm
something.
thinking Elnat would probably be a little bit more influency. He's kind of wanting to talk up the adventures that all of us had to kind of, impress people. So I'm thinking more influence, starting with Raya here.
Okay. So, what skill do you want to try and use as part of that? Does that seem like a diplomacy or society or?
I'm thinking diplomacy on this one.
Okay. Worth a shot.
Is there any opportunity for aiding in these sorts of things, or not really? Like, if we're both talking to the same person, is the idea that we could be like aiding each other and things like that?
Can we conversationally flank someone?
I imagine that you absolutely could. I just don't know. Like I said, with the limited number of actions kind of you have each round, I don't know if that's what you want to do.
Okay. So that would be like a whole. Okay.
Because I think. I guess let me make sure.
It
Because these don't have like. You don't get like 3 actions on your turn. You get one thing that you're doing. So.
Right. And I just and the reason I asked is like maybe me just talking and like if we're talking to the same person, then maybe. Me also talking would be I could roll a diplomacy check as well. She just lays eyes on my diplomat's badge and it helps out. She's just like, wow, look at that badge he has.
That's right.
I got a 19 on diplomacy.
Okay.
Nice.
And if it matters, I got a 15.
Okay.
But you leave that up to you.
Okay. Yeah. So I think you two are kind of chatting Rhea up. So I think again, like you said, she with Wakroon, she's like, I'm kind of she's kind of talking about the magical aspects of certain items and how they interact, things like that. She talks a little bit about how she studied with the dwarves who are Rivathuns. So like there are dwarves that believe, like there are, magic can come from a lot of different sources, but the Rivathuns kind of believe that like the spirits that are present in the world around us can kind of influence worldly events, and so they believe they can kind of draw magical power directly from like the anima of the spirits that remain. So she kind of talks about that a little bit, and then
I guess what I was meaning that I would talk about the stories, it was more like once all, because I don't want to just be interrupting them on that. It would be more just kind of hanging out because I recognize this person pretty easily, so going over there first.
So each of these phases is a whole hour, so it's like there's plenty of time to make conversation back and forth during the turn. So you kind of come over and you kind of bring some of these stories about the combats and the battles kind of that you've been in, and you see her eyes kind of light up as you guys are talking about them. And it seems like, I mean, that was pretty successful. So let's see here.
Brendan.
So-
Josh.
Sorry, I was just reading through this stuff. So yeah, so I mean, like she definitely seems interested, kind of in some of these stories, and she like pokes, like she asks some questions. She's like, you know, she asked if you found anything interesting while you were down there. You know, if you guys found any like magical items or artifacts or bits pieces of different things. So she's kind of like expressing some interest in what you're talking about.
Awesome.
yeah.
And then we will go to Angoric. Well, who does Angoric look to talk?
Oh, and Goric is going to go talk to his father, Eridor. And so he makes his way to his, father and says, "Hello, father. How are you doing?"
Gee, my boy.
What?
Oh, it's nothing but a pet name that your mother and I tried out for you when you were not listening.
No, Josh is asking what, and Goric is not asking what. I didn't hear you.
Oh.
properly.
Angie.
Angie.
Angie, my boy.
Yes, father. It's your boy Angie.
I hope you've been well.
I've been quite well, and I fill him in on the adventures that we have gone on, but do not speak of the return of the clan dagger of the original.
Don't bring up the clan dagger. Is there anyone interesting in your life?
Oh,
Oh,
Dad. Do you know Shalholdry, the halfling?
I might have heard tell of such a person.
Well, you know the cave next to
He says,
the temple that you used to that you used to take me to when I was but a boy?
Oh, Table Rock.
Yes, the table rock. Well, I went on a date there yesterday with her.
Well, your mother and I went on many dates there.
I know you've told me such tales. I brought a linen for the table rock because of some of those stories.
Yes, it was
He's like, did you
quite a
hear?
messy business.
Did you hear someone found a pile of shit in one of the bushes?
He goes, yes, there was a very ill dwarf hanging out about those parts a day or two ago.
That is,
We threw him in a donkey cart and sent him home.
as Shalholdry put it, that man is basically a stupid donkey.
He says, well, we don't get to choose who we work with always.
That is fair. He's just over there, actually. That's Wokrun, and I gesture over to Wokran studying next to Rhea.
Hello, poor boy. Try some of the truffles.
Hi!
They're mine.
Who said that? God!
God?
He goes back talking to
Hey.
Rhea. Hi, did you hear that?
That's fair. So you're chatting it up with Pops there. Are you trying to use any skills to influence him or discover what skills he might be influenced by?
Yeah, I'll use my religion skill to try to influence him.
Okay, that's fair.
Speak about the fact that Shalholdry presented me with this talisman of Calistrade, but that, obviously the Blessed Mother is still the path forward. Talk to him more about, the festival and the priest's role within it. And I make the roll for the religion roll, right?
Yep.
Yes? Okay.
Yes. If you're trying to influence somebody.
Okay. I rolled a 24 in total.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah, I feel like he lets you kind of like steer the conversation. Is there anything that you ask him about maybe the festival or about people that are here?
That strange woman down there. I don't know her. Do you know her, father?
Ah, the matriarch of the Veldolo clan.
Oh, no. I know her. I
Oh,
meant
strange.
the other one.
Oh, Rosha. Okay, yes. This is Rosha Coppervein, I believe, is her name. She's a bit of an introvert. Says you might have trouble engaging her in conversation unless you talk about something that she's very interested in.
Do you know her interests?
I like
She's
the
a-
idea of using one check to like just find out about other people. No, it's good, man. I think it's fun.
Hey, my father knows everyone in this town.
He said,
City?
I've seen her play some hammer toss recently. Perhaps she's a sports fan, but also I know that she is a quite talented arcanist. If you were to talk about magic of some kind, perhaps not the religious kind, but magic through some other source, you might be able to loosen her lips.
Interesting.
One's up top, based on Austin's fucking
Jesus
face.
fuck! What are you talking about?
But she's got some crazy tattoos and stuff. See them all glowing all over her body. Crazy.
Super introverted.
Interesting. Thank you, father. I appreciate the information. How are you doing today?
I'm doing quite well. My mother and I are getting divorced.
Whoops.
I'm only joking. Only joking. Dwarf marriages are for life. We're stuck.
Stop here. You're not instilling me with confidence, Dad.
Oh no, of course we love each other, and the way that a marriage that lasts 200 years does.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yes. Things are as stale as cavern air, if you get my drift.
Well, father,
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
You must try some of this ale, Gorik. It is quite stout.
Makes you forget about all the dry caves.
That's right.
Oh my god.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
All right, and we'll go to somebody else's turn so we can talk to a different NPC. It is Orpheus's turn.
The Orfmeister.
The Orfmeister, as you're called in certain circles.
Or squares.
He's Mr. Orfmeister. He's Mr. Ninja.
Do we know this Rasha? Have we ever?
That was who I was just asking about.
They're an
Yeah.
introvert who likes magic. Is all we know, I think.
How do I get off of Okay, there we go. I accidentally
Oh.
clicked on Dylan's face in Discord, and it was just
It's just big.
brought it to a huge picture of him.
I do that for your camera, Josh. Whenever you're talking, but Lorna's giving you a look, I do that to make that bigger, so it's funny. Like when you guys are having conversations back and forth, I made sure to zoom in on that.
Great. I love that. Okay. I'll go talk to this Rasha.
Heck yeah.
And
You guys look like you'd be a good match. You guys should go
No,
for it.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like trying to think of what to say.
We got some background information on her from my dad, so
I know.
she's an introvert.
I know that's
You're a sports star. Talk to her about sports.
Oh.
I'm just trying to think about how to break the ice. I think I'd like to like wander over to her and just be like, gatherings like this aren't quite my speed. I find it a little bit overwhelming. What about you?
Oh yeah, gosh, gotta do a female dwarf's accent here.
She's a dwarf?
Mhm.
Okay.
But, like, cool.
But
Like,
like,
you're
cool.
almost like intimidated by her.
Yeah.
Get that voice.
Was well, I usually try to keep to myself or keep to the edges of the party, and she's a Boston dwarf.
The party. Hey,
That-
Nothing cooler.
That like elevated.
Just
Like,
watch
the
The
end of-
Departed.
Stick the edge of the party, and I try my hand at some games of chance or some sports.
What
Terrible.
kind of? I'm gonna start talking back to her.
it's so
The
hard.
way she talks.
Or
What kind of sports you like?
because
Basketball. You see the Celtics won the
She goes-
championship.
I dabble in some hammer toss. I'll throw the hammers a little. It's like I like watching some Basilisk games, professional sports. Who doesn't?
I myself am play some basilisk ball?
Yeah, that's-
Play some basilisk ball.
No kidding. You
Yeah, we won the
wait a minute.
was it a championship?
wait a minute. I recognize yous.
Orpheus just like
Yeah, it's just like he's doing the casual. I installed the disco ball to reflect the light off of the. But wait a minute, I recognize yous. You? I should get you a drink. What are you having?
Oh no, I would like to get you a drink. What
Hey,
would you like?
Yo.
Well, there's plenty of spirits around here. We could surely find somebody. And there's like just there's tables everywhere set up with like snacky foods and like drinks. There's all kinds of stuff. She's like, I'm not picky.
What is a normal how would you care for a pint of ale? I feel like that's like a
Sure.
Sure. Now I'm imagining she's Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. Wouldn't you know? But okay. So how do you think this is? Are you trying to influence her with a certain skill, or are you trying to discover more information? Are you trying to like talk to her and like find out more about her?
I want her to like me.
It's fair.
So do you want to guess on how to make her like you, or do you want to try to discover what you need to do to make her like you?
Just discover how to impress this squirrel.
Okay.
This
Do you,
special gal.
does perception work?
Yeah. Let me get my yeah.
You don't roll for that. He rolls.
It's true. What's your bonus?
Oh. You said perception +9.
Nice.
So again, like if you're trying to discover, you've got some options here. So if you succeed at this check, you get to choose one of the following. You can learn like a skill to influence this NPC. You can learn like one of their personal biases, their resistances, or their weaknesses. So you might learn, like I said, like that that you can use blanking on a skill.
Survival.
Yeah, you might learn that you can use survival to convince her that to like you, or you might learn that she likes talking about sports, and so any attempts to talk about sports or use that as part of a skill give you a bonus. Does any of that sound like what you want to do? Do you want to learn like a skill, or do you want to learn like a weakness or a resistance?
I want to learn a weakness. But I'm assuming, I guess I am interpreting that as like my weakness is like tall dudes height. Is it like that? Is it like
Yeah.
okay?
Like
go
what would
for
you
it.
get a bonus to, I think.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think you're gonna find out that well, actually, let me
Looking for a guy in finance. Trust fund.
she's fine.
6'5", blue eyes.
50% of that.
You got it. I think that you
Blue eyes.
Thank you, yeah.
right.
He's like, he's not 6'5", and he doesn't do fighting, but
Hey, 50%, that's pretty good.
not bad. I think of every time I see that stupid song on TikTok. Yeah.
Josh technically has none of those things. Technically.
Yeah,
How tall are you,
mine-
Josh?
What?
How tall are you?
6'3".
6'3".
No finance, no blue eyes, no trust fund, no 6 foot.
I think maybe you're gonna get the impression that Rosha might be spoken for in this situation. So you might learn from a little bit of conversation that she is betrothed to a member of Clan Runebinder.
Hey, yo.
But in terms of weaknesses, she's a fan of a strong drink.
Probably stronger than I am. I would like to. I'm assuming. I guess how much time has passed?
For that.
This is, I mean, it can be, yeah, any amount. This first phase is going to take the course of a whole hour.
So can I say okay, we finished her pint. I learned she liked a strong drink. I went over to one of the other tables. I found like something a little bit stronger. Brought it to her. And then I asked, I was like, so are you excited about your betrothal? Or like,
yeah, I think she'll kind of gush for a little bit about this rune binder, this young rune binder who's really up and coming, and mention something about kind of an old member of the Oath Carver clan that she kind of spurned.
okay. To be honest, I have nothing more to gain from this conversation. My heart is broken. My pride is wounded.
You say this all out loud.
Yeah.
No.
Orpheus
Honestly,
leaves the party
nothing.
after going
Wow, I mean, just all of that was cut. I don't know
external anguish. It's
I'm
fine.
just realizing that like I do believe that Orpheus believes that men and women can be friends, but he clearly finds her extremely attractive and does not feel like it's appropriate for him to continue this conversation with a woman who is betrothed and clearly in love. And so it's like that that Hercules song that they sing to Meg. The muses sing to Meg.
Oh, it's I know it's like check the fool, you're in love, stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
that's playing in the background of Orpheus's mind as he's like dejectedly trying to like wrap this conversation up politely so he can make his exit to lick his wounds.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is, what can I say except you're welcome?
That's a totally different movie. No, it's
I know.
no chance, no way. I won't say it, no. That's fun.
Yeah. Okay, so that is Orpheus's turn.
That's it. Anyways.
We got a little bit of information. And now Karu, how are you? What are you up to? What's Karu up to?
I'm just chilling in Walkeroon's pack. I'm listening to their conversation. What all did we glean from Rhea from
So
Walkeroon and Elna?
Doesn't like to be mansplained to.
Okay.
That's what I gleaned, and then we think
coulda
that
guessed that.
we
Got blue
think
hair.
that we influenced her some, or Elnat influenced her some by telling about our combat stories.
Yeah,
Right.
That was a diplomacy check.
With a diplomacy check. So,
Cool.
as far as discovering goes, we don't really know exactly what skills would interest her, I don't think.
not yet, at least.
Yeah, not yet. But we do know that these stories seem to have influenced her somewhat. So,
Yeah.
we
I believe we are off to a good start, but that doesn't necessarily
I
mean
agree.
we are.
No, I agree. I think we were already like, I don't know if anyone starts at a certain level already with us.
Yeah, that's true.
But if they did, I would have assumed Rhea, and then Ingoric's dad probably would have already like by
Yeah.
default liked us at least to a degree, and were willing to share stuff with us. So, yeah, it's kind of where we're at. So you might try to discover something else, but you also
Yeah.
might just roll another diplomacy or something like that, or whatever. See what you can do. She might just like the fact that you could talk in her head.
Yeah, I'm actually just thinking about pulling out my party trick just right out the gate.
You're gonna jump
Oh,
off
yeah.
a waterfall?
No, the other one. Yeah, I got a
the
bad
other party trick.
one. No, this one. I'm gonna ask Rhea, Wakaroon, and Elnat to all come in close, and with each of you, I touch your foreheads, and we all go into like the Professor Xavier like mind room of just like
Like a mindscape. Okay.
Oh yeah.
like space. But where I take you is like an extra planar like rip or tear or whatever,
Jesus
like
Christ.
the dimension between two realms.
No
'cause,
biggie.
yeah, I'm doing joint past, so I'm pretty much just pulling you guys into, was it they share thoughts and experiences, but not words. So it's this wordless kind of scene of, like I imagine it like a lava planet and like a rip into like a ice planet or whatever. And it's like this cool like perspective of like all these different realities, just to kind of flex on the places I've been and the things I've seen.
That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, that's
It's a
metal.
lot. Is that a spell?
Yeah, that's
Yep,
joint
and-
past.
and pass. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
so maybe
Cool
make a
part is
spell
just
check
the-
roll to try to influence her, like flex with the spell check,
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
mansplaining now.
attack her with the spell.
Yeah, killer. No, so the spell itself says that you can kind of like, when one target attempts to recall knowledge, the other can aid the first skill check using any lore skill without having made preparations to aid. I don't know if that necessarily applies to what's going on here, but what kind of skill do you think you'd be trying to use then to influence her? Like,
Probably just society.
okay.
He'd be telling her, we live in a society.
Natty
the world.
15 with plus 10, 25.
Nice.
25.
Oh yeah.
Okay, plus you're using a pretty cool spell to share history. Do you think that you share some of your past with the people that are gathered here, or is
it is primarily my experiences.
So we just
Okay.
see your family die, brutally murdered.
Yeah, that's like the like
the end.
flashes. Yeah, you look into the corner of your eye and it's
He's
just a
like-
headless woman.
He's like, "Come here, I want to show you something." Shows you the most horrid memory of his own. Okay, so it's interesting. It's definitely historical. It's definitely got some magic involved there. There's a lot of really neat things there. So yeah, I think that's going to be a very successful influence roll. I think that she's going to share a little bit of her own history as well. You know that she's got like this affinity with like elemental earth. Like that's why she's got like the blue kind of crystalline looking hair and kind of like the kind of grayish skin. And she, you know that she's always lived that way. She has no idea why she was blessed with stone, but like that's why she's adventured to High Helm and why she spent so much time with the dwarves. Yeah, she's also got kind of a talent. She calls it her nose for history. She can kind of like sniff out like magical areas and things like that. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, but yes. So you learn some things about her. She learns some things about you. But also like your influence grows considerably. Like you feel like you guys have done a pretty good job of bolstering some influence here with Rhea. And this
I feel
round.
like you had a pretty good head start with her specifically.
It's true. I won't say that there's nothing else that you can do, but you do feel like you've had some success here.
Cool.
Okay, so a little bit of a mind trip there. What about Huang? What's Huang looking at doing here at this party?
Huang.
And Sarah, you are muted right now.
There we go.
She may also be asleep. No,
Nope.
just kidding.
Um,
What are you thinking?
so Huang is going to sneak over Valahast.
Okay.
Nice.
While she's sneaking over to him, like through the crowd, she transitions into her fox form.
Oh.
So, Huang is a kitsune, so she's kind of like a humanoid, sort of like can be a fox, can be a human. So she's gonna like just transition into her fox.
Cool.
Nice reveal. If
Um,
you check the stream, you can see the full character art for the fox form.
And so just kind of walks up and just kind of like
Ooh.
just starts like introducing herself to Valahast, hopeful that being in a different sort of like less humanoid sort of appearance would be endearing to him, I guess.
This is. Oh, hello. Very interesting to see one of the fox friends here among the dwarves.
How do you find yourself here, Valahast?
Oh, they've invited me to many of these Talor festivals. And he says, I have skills that aid me in remembering the long history of the dwarves.
Have you found yourself to be a part of that history?
Yeah, so we are living history in a way, I suppose. We must carry on the traditions of our peoples and also learn what the dwarves might have to offer us.
Is he German?
No.
Okay.
They didn't have to be in a major political conflict, did they? Lizard folk.
No, never. Not involved with a lot of murder.
7th or anything like that.
But okay, so are you trying to get more information from him? Are you trying to discover something about him, or are you
Yes.
trying to influence him using a certain skill?
I'm trying to learn more about him.
Okay. What skill would you say you're using to do that?
I don't know, like a perception check, I guess.
You could do perception. I guess give me your perception bonus. I have to roll it for you.
12.
Okay. So 12 is pretty good. I guess you guys are level 4. Okay. So yeah, you learn a little bit of information about him. Do you want to learn a skill that could influence him? Or something about a resistance or a weakness that he has?
I think I want to influence him.
You want to learn a skill that would influence him?
Oh no, Sarah's turned into an influencer.
I have a question about those options, Brendan. What's the difference
Yeah.
between learning a skill that would influence them and learning a weakness?
So
like
like I
is the
said,
weakness just like ambivalent? Like it might not directly say what kind of skill it is?
a
Kind of
weakness
ambivalent.
is something that you can use to give you an edge in the conversation with them.
Yeah, like one
you
of
might
them was
learn that somebody, yeah, like you might learn that, yeah, like somebody likes alcohol, and so that might you using alcohol as part of your next check might give you a bonus. It's basically like you're either learning
okay.
something
So it's like an
that might give
aid.
you,
An
yeah, it
aid.
might give you a +2 on your next check. But
So
if
it's
you
not
learn a
saying they
specific
have a weakness
skill-
to nature.
right?
It's like they have a weakness to rock. So if you bring a rock
Baby
over and then
animals.
roll nature, then you're gonna do
Yeah.
better. Okay, I understand
Yeah.
now. Okay, sorry, didn't
Yeah.
mean to interrupt your turn, Wong. I just wanted to make that clarification.
So you want to learn you want to learn about a skill that could be used to influence him.
Yes.
Let's see. I'll tell you that he kind of presents as this kind of like esoteric like scholar of some kind. So you might be able to use the occultism skill if you could discuss maybe something that's like familiar to where he's from.
Mhm.
I'll also tell you that he is interested in like the study of the schools of taxidermy and anatomy. So you might be able to use the medicine skill to influence him as well.
Cool. Okay.
So that's the information that you're able to get. So we've kind of had everybody's kind of got a chance to talk to some people. Everybody's kind of got a chance to like learn a little bit more about what's going on. And some people like they've got like these costumes on. I think like kind of like brightly colored like puppeteering costumes. Like they kind of come out and they're just like, please come inside. More of the festival will continue inside. And so they're kind of like trying to bring people in to like the inside of this building. And as they're doing that, they kind of like you hear the heralds that are kind of announcing people, and you hear someone say, "Ahem, Ygrin Oathcarver has arrived." And this what's your question? Did you want something?
Sorry, I was muted. Nope, sorry. I was just thinking that that's probably Roche's ex, Oathcarver. Is the last name I recognize.
You thought it was what? Oh, okay.
Roche's
okay, right.
ex. Yeah.
It is a very stern-looking dwarf. He's kind of got this very well manicured like white beard, and he's got his long hair kind of up on a top knot on his head, and he's got some parking lots going on. He's got some receding hairline. He's got a little bit of that happening. But he arrives at the steps, and he's kind of like leaning on this like tall staff, and kind of like has a scowl on his face. And immediately the crowds around you start whispering to each other. There's like, "Oh, it's him! I can't believe after what happened last year." And that's where we're gonna leave off.
All right, grand entrance.
What a dick.
That's right.
I don't know what he did, but I assume...
Oathcarver.
Brendan, thank you dearly for that new terminology. Parking lots.
You never heard that?
I'm gonna have a field day with that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what my grandma calls them.
It's
And
park-
like, she's a hairdresser. She's always called them parking lots when you have the receding hairline. Unless
Nice.
I've had it since the day I was born. So
It's called McDonald Arcs.
that's creative as well. Cool. All right. Well, that will do it. Episode 26. Good stuff. Lots of farting noises. Lots of roleplay. Lots of information. Lots of partying.
Assume we've got some really good episode titles for that one.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, we will catch you next time, stream. Thanks, everyone. Ta-tas.
Yeah, thanks everybody for listening.
Like Lorna's hand just off to the side.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.